How we doing, everybody? How we doing? Today is a good day. Carlo's still sad, but we're dancing because I'm happy. We're not dancing on the loss of our wife. Or what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know. Closure with our wife, I guess. But I am stoked, baby. Big win today. Big win. And our rent was not due. Another plus. What are you doing, pal? The fuck? Alright, let's go see what's going on over at the bar. We'll check our telegrams, get going for the day. Kind of wish the games were starting at 4 o'clock again, like they were over the weekend. Then we would have been able to get on like an hour earlier, but oh well. Dude, how did he set these for 48 hours?
Hey.
What's going on?
No, not much, mate.
Ishwaka.
Yeah, same. Made a new outfit. Blue.
I would have done pinstripes on the pants too.
Isn't I'm pretty sure it is. It's just very faint. I've never used these pants before. I wanted to use them.
Don't look
Can you
like it
not
to
see it?
me. If they are, they're
well,
very faint. And they're white.
They had pinstripes in the tailors, so maybe I'll have to go back in and have a look. But
Yeah, I know. I agree.
nah,
I agree. See
I wanted to try new pants because I've used these ones
Logo went a
before,
little crazy.
and they're a bit looser than the other ones. A bit more. What's the baggy? Is that the right word? They're not as
Baggy.
tight, you know.
Yeah.
They're not as tight.
Mm-hmm.
They're nice. I like them.
How long have you been up for?
I'm gonna be honest. I saw you coming out of the apartment. Same time I was waking up. So
Alright. I gotta go check telegrams.
yeah, same. Grab my coat.
Yeah.
My hat. When I'm inside, the coat looks orange. I don't know how I feel about it.
Orange.
Yeah, like a kind of dark orange. Outside looks like maroon. That's what I was going for. To match the stripe on the hat, but
Looks
it doesn't
brown
really
to me.
match. It's like dark brown.
I don't think
maroon-y.
maroon would not be good with blue.
I don't know. I'm just testing shit. Who the fuck? Recognize him?
No. How you doing?
So go on, pal.
Ben? Ben?
Well.
Oh.
Ah,
Look who it is.
how you doing, ladies?
What's going on?
Doing good. I need to talk to you about something that happened in the city maybe 2 hours ago.
Okay.
All right.
You wanna walk and talk?
Sure.
I just woke up. I gotta check my telegrams.
Oh, good morning. Approximately 2 hours ago, a man by the name of Chester Lockwood kidnapped a woman at the Saint Denis Market.
Motherfucker.
I'm
Yeah, of course he
assuming
did.
it was Clara. If it's not Clara, then I don't know who the woman was.
This fucking guy.
There's no confirmation it's Claire, but I strongly suspect, because what other woman would he kidnap?
Walking about 70 paces, by the way.
Of course he did. Why would he not?
Yeah, well, he got a
He used
beating
a
last
syringe
night,
to do it.
so...
Headed up
Yeah, he
toward
did.
Dansburg. Could have taken her to Gorma. Could have gone anywhere with her. That was approximately 2 hours ago.
Christ.
Who the fuck is this Chester Lockwood guy? I'm so
I
confused.
beat in his head with a hammer before.
Who is
he's-
he? Who the fuck
He's
is
a
he?
fucking. He's a nobody. Some
What the fuck is he
fucking
doing all this
psychopath.
shit?
He is insane. He has crucified people. He blew off a guy's leg with a shotgun.
Jesus.
He kept Clara like drugged up for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Maybe me and Adam should have fucking Jesus
There's like
Christ.
a definition of insane.
I
and
thought
it is
you
him.
knew how fucked up this guy was, Angelo. I thought you'd heard about all this shit.
I did, but I thought I didn't realize it was that bad. Like holy shit.
When I
If
met
I-
him,
Yeah,
If I'd have
he
known-
kept Clara as like a fucking
Gee, I didn't know
captive for
that.
weeks.
I didn't know
he
fuck
kept
me.
Clara
I didn't know
because
that.
she reminded him of his like dead wife or something.
What the fuck? If I'd have
He's
known
just
that, I would
deranged.
have. If I would have known that, I'd have made sure he just. Oh Jesus Christ! Holy shit!
Oh. See if I have a telegram from him waiting.
I telegrammed him and I didn't get a response, so
What's
reached out to
his,
clear him.
What's his telegram?
I don't have it.
NW100,
NW100.
I think. Hold on, let me check.
I'm putting that in my contacts. It doesn't fucking deserve a good one.
Yeah, Northwest 100.
I'm putting them in my contacts.
Chester Lockwood.
Is it just one guy? Has he got a group?
Well, he was hanging out with like a street kid the other day.
Yeah, I know about him. He's probably not gonna be with him anymore.
Good. Other than that, I think he's by himself.
Yeah. If you see him, let us know.
Oh, I mean, I'm also looking for him.
Oh,
So-
okay. Well, that works pretty well then.
I'm just hoping he didn't take her to fucking Guarma. That's where he took her last time.
You fucking psychopath.
Also, I do have a gift for you that's unrelated.
For who?
For Carlo.
Oh, okay. I see.
You don't get shit from me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Did
fuck
not
you.
expect anything less. Yeah. Fuck me.
That's,
What are you
unless wanna-
giving me?
You want to tackle him?
I'm
Brisket.
alright. Oh yeah, I'll take it.
What do you have?
Well, I have
Brisket
tacos.
tacos.
Yeah,
Brisket
but
tacos.
that's not what I'm giving you. I'm giving you something else.
Mm.
Okay.
I think you would appreciate this.
Mm.
What is it?
Minestrone.
Oh, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Where'd you get that to me?
That's
You get that to fucking me.
Mm. You gotta tell me the recipe for this one.
I got a bite.
Nope.
Fuck.
yeah, I just had to talk to him about the whole
Motherfucker.
thing.
Ugh.
Yeah, you motherfucker in front of me. Yeah.
Show me the recipe for.
Maybe
I just said me it as well.
Show me the recipe.
Send it to him.
I might monopolize it. Who knows? I gotta go now.
Alright, we gotta go for a walk.
Yeah. What color would you have gone with for this?
For the coat, I would have gone a lighter brown.
Mm.
Maybe, I mean, even you can never go wrong with black.
Yeah, I was thinking about black. It would match the hat. Do like a red.
I mean, you could see what like honestly a golden one would look good.
Hmm.
Match the tie and the buttons. It'd kind of round out the outfit too.
I kind of like the idea of doing a light brown one. I think it look quite good. I might try that later.
Yeah.
Cause now I'm looking at it, and the light looks a bit purple.
It looks more
Like
brown than
a little-
anything to me.
Purple. I don't know. I'll do a light brown one.
Yeah.
Myra?
Yeah, it was him.
Jeremiah?
You sorted them out yesterday, right?
Yeah, I told you.
No,
I gave you the
yeah,
money
yeah,
for
I
it.
couldn't remember.
$100.
A lot going on yesterday.
Yeah, I know. It's understandable. So, this guy, he obviously needs another fucking talking to.
Yeah, well, if it is Clara that he kidnapped, it's become a
Well, no,
lot more
apparently,
grave.
yeah, no, apparently he did it in, even if it wasn't
Yeah, it
Clara, he
was
did
in
stood it
Saint
in the
Denis.
fucking
Yeah, I know.
marketplace. So,
But the fact that he did it to somebody in the city
how you doing,
and
Constable?
how you doing?
Take that off.
He did to somebody in the city and it's somebody that works for me.
Yeah, obviously because it's an employee. I mean, that's the reason I went and beat him up
And we know what the
yesterday.
fucking shit he's done to her in the past too.
I mean, that's the
No,
reason I went
Clara
and did what I did
Aubrey.
to him yesterday, because he fucking fucked with Jackie. Now he's doing it to Clara, and he's doing it in Saint Denis.
There's a Clara that's up very early.
Guy needs a fucking
It's
bullet.
played
if
by
you
the
ask me.
same person. And there they are. They want to chat.
Who is it?
Vincenzo's.
Oh. They send you a telegram.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
There's a lot of them. How we doing?
That is your fucking party.
How do we do? You like my entourage?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How you doing,
These are all my personal butlers, especially this
Hey,
guy on my
don't
right.
do it.
Person of
The
butlers.
fuck out of here.
Alright, we should talk.
Yeah.
Would you like to come to the house?
Yeah, we could do that. We can go anywhere. I don't care.
We got a
Alright,
place.
180.
But how about
What?
we go to the Corgan? You know, I never
we can
come
do
over to
that.
the
Yeah.
Corgan.
Yeah, let's
Yeah.
do that.
I never come to the
Alright.
Corgan.
Vito,
Mass Italian
did
migration.
you get Adam's telegram?
What you talking to me?
No, Vito.
Oh, yeah, I did. I went up to the Bastille to look for him, and I didn't fucking
Yeah,
find him.
we'll
Yeah, he's not around.
we'll talk
Before
about
you went.
that.
We just learned something else about it as well, so.
I'm sure I know what it's about, and
Mhm.
he can get it just the same as anybody else.
Well, he had a piece yesterday.
Yeah, he did.
Oh, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
On your behalf?
Somebody.
Oh.
We'll tell you about it when we get there.
That doesn't surprise me.
There's been more updates as of like 10 minutes ago, though, so.
Yeah, well, I gotta talk to you. Well, that's right. Fuck. You were there.
Yeah.
I forgot about that a little bit. It's been a long day. All right. Long
Tell
day.
him
Leave
me.
me alone. Not my fault.
Oh, I wonder if our friends are here.
Should we go have a meeting upstairs over there?
Perhaps.
We're gonna be able to fucking fit everybody in this fucking office. The Cargan. There's
Yeah,
a lot of
yeah,
people.
Everybody will fit there.
We're
Alright,
gonna
sure.
manage.
I guess we will.
Yes, we will.
Are they in here?
I don't know. I don't see nobody.
Couple horses.
No, there is somebody in there.
Oh, is it? You want to see?
Sure. Why not? We're here.
Nah, I mean,
You want to wait?
Take a quick look.
yeah, let's go.
You have
Come
a
on,
moment.
Vito.
Yeah, I guess it's.
going for it.
I'll laugh. You know, I'll fucking laugh. If it is.
Well, they had a poster up. You see that?
Well, we got a lot to talk about. Let's just say that. Jesus. And this is why I wanted to catch you before, because there's a lot we need to talk about.
All right. Yeah, we probably should have made that clear before we considered going in there. Then.
Nah, they know we're around. It is what it is. Everyone out? No.
Vito's not.
Conspicuous.
And the verdict is just some people. Okay. Shopping.
Oh, shopping.
Is it them?
Buying ammo and chatting what they customize their guns. I guess.
Oh, fair enough. And yeah, the who? Go ahead. Who do you recognize?
Didn't all three of them have ginger hair?
Jesus, Max. Can't say it like that. You can't say it like that. Imagine I said that. I can't. You know, I.
What? I mean, listen, I'm sure somebody around here has said, yeah, the Italian one. Which one? The
No.
Italian one.
No.
When it's happened.
That's. What?
Yeah, we got a fucking migration. Oh, you're getting connection issues?
I
Damn, dude.
don't talk anymore because I get in big trouble.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah,
Go
a
by.
couple of jokes I could make. But I'm gonna keep my
I've
mouth
said a
shut.
lot today that I probably shouldn't have.
Apparently, so have I.
Yeah.
It has been a long day.
No, it
That's
has.
that's
No,
weird.
No.
If you guys are late for my meeting, I'm not gonna be happy.
You must be life running.
Your fault. You had a headache.
We going to
You
the
can go
top
upstairs.
deck over there.
Yeah.
All right.
There should be plenty of room to fit everybody.
Can I start with you for a little bit, Carlo and Amy?
Jesus.
All right.
It's been a while.
It's just gonna get very fucking cramped.
We could go back.
Beautiful place. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Ugh, the fresh air.
I'm
Excuse me,
better in
thank you.
Carlo's hands than what was it? Fucking the Amico, I think.
Ugh, don't.
Do you know him?
I remember a lot of people who came in here and was, doing a whole lot of shit.
The Amico and Romano.
Hey, Vito, you want to sit?
Sure.
Yeah.
Need to go
I'm
get
not so
into a
old.
I need to go get proper in a suit. I feel naked.
Yeah.
Yeah, you bum.
What the fuck?
Where
You go,
to
Tom.
begin? First off, just a slight, congratulations. I'm glad, Barletti, you got what you were seeking. What you were looking for. Good to know. But on to the main topic here, okay? Now I've not been up here in a while. Am I free to speak? As loud as I like, or
If you talk normally, everybody should be able to hear you.
all right, perfect. So, I telegrammed you some days ago about a group that was wanting to move into the city and basically was looking to talk to all of us and left
Yeah.
some notes. So right now we don't know what to call them. They're going around as former Red Lion. So
Yeah,
I guess that's what I refer to them as.
if you read the poster that they put up at the gun store, they have some new name. It's something Chinese. I don't know how to pronounce
Right.
it.
As time goes on, I might be able to remember and know what it is. But for now, I'll call him X Red Lion, whatever.
Go ahead.
So today, well, actually, Vito, should we start off with does Barletti know how your conversation with them went a couple days ago or whenever?
I believe so, for the most part, right?
Yeah, I mean, if it was
They were quite
what happened
respectful.
over the weekend, then yeah.
Yeah, well, quick rerun. Had a chat with them after we had a run-in with Delaney. He told us that he would happily sell out all of them to us in exchange for his freedom. We said, oh, well, I'm sure you would. And, well, anyway, we had a meeting with them about an hour later. They were quite respectful, so they weren't going to move into Saint Denis without our blessing. What I told them was that it was quite simple, actually. What I told them was, me personally, you trying to come into Saint Denis and run a business is fine, but there's other people you should talk or you need to talk to as well. And they said, absolutely, we understand. We know how Satan he is. We plan to talk to Barletti tonight, if not tomorrow, and we'll talk with anyone else that needs to be spoken with after that. It was brought to my attention that they still haven't had a conversation with yourself, at least a proper one about that.
So they were at the Bastille when I got Jimmy's telegram last night, and I took off. So I never got to have that conversation with.
Wait,
But
so the earliest they tried to talk to you was last night?
yesterday, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they were supposed to have talked to you like 6 days ago.
Well, it didn't happen, and
And,
part of that might be because they got some baseball games going on back in New York that I like to put some money on and listen to the telegram reports of. So I've been waking up a little bit later, but that might be the reason why I haven't ran into them sooner. But
right,
it is what it is.
Excuse me, Maxwell, take your fucking hat off.
But yeah, basically,
I almost
we
said
had a
radio
meeting with
there.
him today. It was a very impromptu meeting. We was going down to Blackwater to do some event shit. Not important. They caught us before the event, and we went to have a talk in Blackwater in the alleyways. Just very quick, impromptu. Mind you, this Jin, is it Jin Lee?
Jin
Jin
Lee,
Lee.
yeah.
Jin Lee wasn't there, but this three of them were someone called Thistle, Sean, and
Cassie.
Cassie.
Hmm.
She was there. And Thistle said that everything that needs to be said towards us can be said by her. She feels confident that she can represent them at this time. So we said, right, sure, let's have a chat. We gets to talking, and basically the gist of it is that she began the conversation by saying that she had spoken to Vito here, and she had gotten his permission to move into the gun store, and so they had done so, and they're operating out of there right now as we're speaking, and they was just coming towards us to talk to us to let us know that that's happening, to let us know that they're moving into the city and setting up businesses here. I say, oh, so it's all settled and done then, right? Yeah. Last week you was coming into the city looking to shoot the fucking place up, looking for people, yada yada. Now you're just coming in, kicking your feet up, and making yourself nice and at home. And she said that basically that she'd gotten permission from Vito here, and she only needed to talk to us, the DiCenzos, and you, the Barlettis, to give us the courtesy of letting us know that they're moving in. Just a heads up.
Right.
And that's all that they thought that was required. Now, of course, we've spoken to Vito here. That was not what was said. Vito did not give his quote unquote permission. More of like just saying like I'm not too bothered. Go do what you do.
I mean, the way I see it. There's a 1 out of 3. They got to get 3 out of 3. They had 1 out of 3, and they said they were gonna get 3 out of 3, and they took what I said was as gospel, I suppose.
Basically a blessing.
Yeah, which what I told them was, like I said, word for word. I've got no problem myself personally. There's other people you have to talk to. But once you talk to them, I'm sure you explain things to them. You could start working there. That's what I told them.
Right.
And
That
they
was the
said-
impression you gave me as well.
And that's exactly word for word what I said to him.
Mhm.
And they back to me said that was our plan anyway. We know how Saint Denis works. We're going to be speaking to Barletti tonight or tomorrow, and anyone else after that. We're not even going to be in Saint Denis. We're definitely not coming to Saint Denis tonight. Maybe not until next week. And they said they weren't going to do anything. And less than 12 to 24 hours later, there was a sign on the gun shop.
Yeah,
So
remember that
something
because
happened.
we said to him, we can't obviously speak for Carlo.
oh, yeah, I made that apparent to him. I said, just because I'm not going to be out here hunting for you still doesn't mean he's not. So you're going to have to talk to him, settle a meeting up with him, and settle things with him. So I guess I don't know. I guess they thought telling me was enough, and I would just tell you to leave them alone, and you would leave them alone.
Right. Now, the only other thing that happened before they showed up to the Bastille last night is Cassie came in, I think maybe the next day after we talked, Vito. And, she came in, she returned the guns that were stolen, the guns and money that they had stolen when they knocked out my two guys at the Bastille and trashed the place a little bit. She returned all that and was trying to make amends, which I appreciated. But it was just her by herself, and it wasn't everybody else. And the impression, I asked her what her plans were for the future for herself, because I didn't really know if she was planning on sticking around with them or not. And I mean, unless I've got fucking memory loss, I thought she told me she was not gonna be with them anymore. She was going her own path. Told me about this business idea she had. I don't remember what it was, but it was something she was gonna do on her own.
This was
And then-
last night.
No, it was when did we first talk, Vito? Was that like Saturday?
Saturday or Sunday, perhaps.
Yeah, then she either came in later that night or the next day. So it was over the weekend. And
You know what's funny about that whole thing? We were told that she doesn't work for them anymore as well. And even funnier, Delaney, I believe, told us that they didn't hit the Bastille. That wasn't them.
no, it was most definitely that.
Angelo, you were there. That didn't they?
He was one of the guys
I
that got
was
his
one of
shit
them.
stolen.
Exactly.
Delaney had no mask on. He was in front of me. He fucking. I mean, it was them. It was obvious.
He looked me in the eyes and said, "Oh, it's because when he was talking about, we were having a chat with him, but he told him, what the fuck you're gonna come in to say to the, fuck up our house, our businesses, try to pick our people up, and then you're gonna come ask for peace after you're losing. I mean, you're just gonna leave the crossing." And I don't know. I find it funny that he goes, "Oh, come on, that was after you messed up our businesses. That you're not completely innocent in that regard." And I said, I didn't touch not a fucking one of your businesses because the gun store wasn't even really yours.
Okay, I mean, I don't know about that.
Before I did anything to any of the places or any of their people, for that matter. So, and I know it was them because they put like "fuck Luca" in lipstick on the wood. It was very expensive to get fixed.
And this is not your city as well.
Oh yeah, that too.
Yeah, that was on our door too.
They put that on the back wall. But no, I find it funny. He says all this and goes, we were talking to him about the Bastille, and he said, "Oh, that wasn't us. That was somebody else that's after Barletti." Well, oh yeah. Well, who else? Who else?
I don't know what the point of lying was if they literally saw it was him who was there and
He didn't have a mask on. It was I don't.
He literally said,
Yeah.
"Oh, this is a message to Carlo.
Yeah.
We're not coming after you."
He's not the brightest spoon in the spoon drawer.
Whatever. It's
yeah.
it's the past. Yeah.
Anyway, in terms of this new, the remnants of Delaney's Red Lion, whatever, they are basically what they said to us is that they've moved into the city. They have plans to do more businesses here too, to expand, and they got some stuff in Strawberry as well. But I asked them to
Interesting.
elaborate on the stuff that they had planned for the city, and they said, "Oh, soon to come, soon to come." So they got big plans for the city and stuff here. We keep talking, and basically, I basically asked them, what gave them the impression that all was well. They, regardless of if they were misguided by Delaney or manipulated in whatever manner. What kind of gave them the impression that their actions weren't their own, you know, and that actions don't have consequences. And she puts her hands up. This one, she says, "Oh, we know actions have consequences. We understand what we did. Uh, it is what it is. But yeah, we're moving into the city,
It
and
has consequences, but it is what it is.
yeah. But
Well, another thing I wanted to bring up, them talking about having such big ideas for Saint Denis. They obviously don't pay much attention to history because their previous boss had very very big ideas for Saint Denis, and look how that turned out.
sure. And yeah, she basically said, well, I mentioned that it was very fucking soon, very very frequent. Sorry, recently that they were in the city trashing the place, fucking picking up Catalanos, hurting them, and all of a sudden they're moving
Oh,
in,
whoa,
and
whoa, whoa, whoa,
all
whoa,
is
whoa, whoa,
well.
whoa! They didn't pick up nobody. Don't give them that. Don't give them that win.
Sorry, didn't they hurt the?
It's just
Well,
my
Well,
people.
yeah, I think so.
I mean, I
well,
guess you had a couple guys get shot up in a
I
couple
guess
exchanges,
Nico
right?
got shot, but that
That's
was
what I was
that's
referring
all
to.
they
Yeah,
did.
yeah.
Yeah, they came into the city and hurt Nico.
Right.
That's what I was referring to, and that was
Sorry.
less than a week ago.
Yeah.
They
you said
trashed
pick up, and I
every
was
business in the
confused.
town.
They trashed the businesses. They were graffitiing and putting shit in our doors. All that less than a week ago, and now they're all moved in. And she said, "Well, it was the crossing's a big pond, and we're fishing, and we saw an opportunity not to, we had to just strike. We just had to move in immediately." She said,
Sounds like their previous boss in another situation.
"Yeah,
More like the situation that they had with you quite some time ago. Huh. Just striking because it could be a positive for their personal financial gain.
yeah." And basically, a point that really pissed me off, and this really got to me, was she said that you know I after she said that about the fishing thing, I said, well, Saint Denis is our pond, and we fish there all the live long day. And basically to that she said, well, Delaney told us that you guys hold an iron fist over the city, all of yous, all the families, they determine who comes in and out of the city, and that nothing goes ahead without you guys' say so. But that's just Delaney lying, right? That's just Delaney, spinning a fairy tale, being a liar, right? Basically fucking pandering. And then we wrap it up because it was turning very south. It was not going well. We said we're right. We'll have another meeting. Maybe when, because we're getting two separate sides here. We'll have another meeting at another time when we've kind of collected our thoughts a bit more, and can do it maybe not in an alleyway in Blackwater. A bit more formal.
Right.
And she says, right, yeah, sure, whatever. We come back to Saint Denis, and they must have fucking followed us, because after about maybe like 5-10 minutes on the porch, they rock up with Jin Lee, ready to have that meeting again, ready to have it there and then. I walk out and I say, yeah. I walk out and I say, so as we said, we're gonna have this meeting at another time when everyone's nice and collected and ready. And she says, well, he's here now, and we know you're very busy people, and we wouldn't want to waste your time any more than is necessary, right? So, I know you said we should do it at a later time, but now is as good a time as any, right? Right? Just being fucking blatantly disrespectful and just being a fucking. Did not like her at all. But what we've gathered from all this is that basically Jin Lee had a meeting with Vito here, and it was very, cordial, formal, respectful. Their intentions were one thing that day, and they appeared to be another the next.
Mhm.
We meet with Thistle, and she's given us a completely different fucking impression that she doesn't really care much for our our blessings in the city, and that she's just informing us that they're moving in, and that's that. So yeah.
Well, whenever I find myself in a situation like this, I always try to think like others. Put myself in their shoes. What would lead them to the actions, decisions, or words that they're saying, that they're making? So be it. When I do this from their perspective, the smart thing to do would be to take it slow, right? Things have been hot lately. Tempers have been flaring. Emotions are still pretty high. And, if they really wanted to separate themselves, then they would have taken a step back for a while. But on the other hand, I could see why that they would feel a sense of urgency, because I don't think it's any surprise that, if that gun store goes empty for a little while, somebody's going to have their eye on it. Now, I told Vito, there's a fellow working for me who's a gunsmith and is very interested in moving into the gun store. Now, he hasn't been around too much lately, so I want to see, how frequently he's around. If he sticks to the crossing. So perhaps they were under the impression that, we would try to fill that place in as soon as possible.
See, but they didn't know that.
They didn't. You're right. There was no way that they would have.
Why the such a sense of urgency then?
An
Is why
assumption?
I find it very funny.
Yeah.
They knew it was empty, that's why.
Yeah,
Hey,
exactly.
they knew it was empty, but I mean, it would stay empty. Or if somebody was in there, they show up and got to deal with them. I see them having that sense of urgency. Them taking it slow would have been a smart idea.
Yeah,
and
I
that's what
mean-
they should have done. Their sense of urgency was a little too urgent for it to be a fair amount of urgency.
Yeah. And, the right to, there are people around here whose decisions matter in this city, and, who have a lot of sway. And there's a right way to do things, there's a wrong way to do things. I fucking experienced that. I think a lot of people experience that when they first come to this town. If you do things the right way, then things will usually work out for you. But, I thought that they had taken a very good step after my conversation with Vito as far as how his chat with Jin Lee went. I thought that was a good first step. And, I was hoping that we were going to be able to all have a meeting at some point. Maybe all three families and them as well, all present at the same spot. Though I realize that can be difficult to arrange sometimes. And to be quite frank, before the events of yesterday, which somewhat changed things, I would have been willing to, have my guy Franny share the place, run his business out of the gun store with him, if, it came to that. But, now, considering some of the things that they're saying, it doesn't really seem like they're willing to cooperate too much.
Well, they're ready to have a meeting with you, right? They're ready to talk to you. Granted, yesterday he was busy, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know what they're gonna say to you. We don't know what approach they're gonna take. With us, it seems to be, at least between us and Vito here, it seems to be night and day. We don't know what approach they're gonna take with you. Maybe, do they know that you're have interest there?
No.
Right,
I
well-
can't remember if I told Cassie or not. I don't remember if I did or not. I don't think I did.
It'd be interesting to see how they approach that talk with you then, firstly,
Yeah.
without the knowledge. Because to us, it was very disrespectful and very, we don't give a fuck what you say. We're moving in. We already have moved in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was very surprised to see that they had hung up a poster there without, at that point only having talked to Vito. That was very upsetting to me.
I find that it was very odd and different from their original statement because they
Yeah.
made it very clear that they would not even come into Saint Denis for any reason that day. because of what had happened to Delaney, and they hadn't spoken to you yet. They weren't coming in for the rest of that day and even the next. They made that very, very, very clear. And then they show up to put a poster up within. Yeah, well, I woke up early the next day actually because I think it was a Saturday, and it was there at like really early. So it was less than 12 hours they had put in that poster up.
Yeah.
It could have been the same night.
Question, and not to derail, but Carlo, do you wish to have a conversation with them, just you, before anything, or would you be
I mean,
willing
I'd be fine with everybody else there. I think that's the best way to do it is to have
I reckon
all parties
'cause-
involved in the same spot.
because they might be at the gun store right now, so we could take 2 representatives each family, which we have here right now, and we could go
Yeah.
over there and have that conversation.
Yeah, I mean that was
They're
the way that I
already-
would have liked to have done it.
Okay.
That way we don't gotta keep fucking playing tag with everybody. Which
Me
I
and
would.
them
I think that'd be better. Who wants to reach out, or should we just walk up in there?
yeah, I mean wrap up this chat and we can go take a walk. I don't know.
Go see if they're up there. I mean, that wasn't them that were, when we walked by, but let's take
Sure.
a look again.
Sure. No, I'm just saying, because we did see them at the house less than an hour ago. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
less than an hour. Okay.
Yeah.
I know
we
it's
said
a
we
little
told
bit
them.
late for them around this time, but
good
Well,
try.
we
Good try.
told them we'll be around for a while, and they seem to, reciprocate that they'd be around.
oh, okay.
I'm just saying that right now is a rare time when we all here, and
Yes.
it's still
Mhm.
fresh on everybody's
Yeah.
mind. So
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
might be a good idea. Because
we'll find out.
because I feel everybody seems to be pretty much on the same page, unless there's any other points that people want to bring up.
I'm done.
Well, yeah, I was just one more thing. I mean, although
I guess I kind of just wanted to know, after all that, where do you stand with them now? I mean, do you want them out?
So I'll speak for us. Right now, so we all acknowledge, right? They're simply coming to us for our blessings. We have trailed down this path before. The DiCenzos have of restricting people coming in and out of the city and the businesses in it, and especially knowing that they were part of a group of the
I
ladies'
hate doing
caliber.
shit like that.
Would not put it past these
Well,
people to rat, especially considering they did not seem bothered at all that we were telling him that he was a rat, whatever. But probably correct me if I'm wrong. Our stance is that if they decide that they don't give a fuck about our blessing or not, they're moving in anyway. We'll seek other methods to, disrupt their efforts here. But
am I going to
Yeah.
check
in
who's down
terms
there?
of like standing at the fucking door of the gun store
Yeah.
saying don't come in, that's not gonna be our approach. But they set the veto that they were they were not gonna do it without his blessing. So if he was to revoke that and they was gonna move it anyway, then we know exactly what their fucking plan was all along.
Right. And Vito and I talked yesterday, if they are still in cahoots with Delaney, then, I'm not necessarily opposed to keeping them within an arm's length, right? It'd be a lot easier to see what's going on and, get in touch with them quickly. We have to.
it'd be a lot easier than having to just go look for random cowboy hats.
Yeah.
But, no, but what I was saying, there was a point I brought up that you and Angelo didn't hear. Where'd he go?
He went to go see who was playing downstairs.
All right. Well, it was just there's 2 options here that I see that's happening, because that Thistle apparently the conversation she had with Sergio and Pearly here and Sophia
It's still throwing that
was
cream sauce.
very much night and
One
day
sip
from the
and
conversation I had
just-
with them. Now, granted, this conversation they had with the DiCenzos here, it was Thistle there doing all the talking, laying
Right.
it out. Our conversation with them, it was Jin Lee with them chiming in every minute or so.
You think there's a
very-
leadership issue?
Well, see, I don't know if there's a leadership issue or if there is a leadership change or a leadership sharing of some kind. I don't know what's going on there, but I tell you, what I think truly about this, I think Thistle being at the head of that group is just a recipe for us to start shooting at them again. And I think Jin Lee will be receptive to that, especially after he hears what she said. And I mean, I don't know. The way Jim Lee spoke to me in that first meeting, he seemed very receptive. So it's hard for me to give him that benefit after the shit that his people are saying. But I'd like to rather not give him the benefit, but pick his brain and see what he thinks about what she said. Rather, I guess, see if he's gonna really take the reins and push her to the side for the better of all of them, or he's gonna let this problem sprout farther.
Yeah.
Yeah, Theo, what was your win-win situation again?
Well, the win-win situation, it was simple. Well, what I told the Carlo a few days ago, or yesterday, I guess. Either they're with Delaney, still in cahoots in a sense, and they'll be right under our noses, no problem. We can find them, and we can keep a close eye on them. Other thing is, they're the other option is they're not. They go, they grab them, they bring them to us, and it solidifies them not working with them and them wanting to try and do business and be peaceful.
Right. Which is going to be difficult now.
But yeah, I mean, for all we know, they're not gonna. Nobody will ever be able to pick them up again
Right.
with any hope.
Mm-hmm.
I sure fucking hope so. And don't you think I didn't write it down in my notebook? I know the time.
Hmm.
October 7th at shit. Hang on.
9 o'clock.
I think it was like
Yeah,
8:35.
8:30. Yeah.
Something like that. Maybe 7. Have to check. Either way. No, but that's the point I was making there with that, because if she's gonna be at the head of this and be saying things like that, then that won't last long. If he's at the head of it and makes that apparent to us and them, and we know that he makes it apparent to them, then I'd be willing to give him a little more of a chance than I would her, because all he's done is be respectful in any talks.
Yeah. I tend to agree with that.
You see, my concern here is this. He said one thing to you in that meeting, right, Vito? And then the next day they're doing another thing. They said they would not be in Saint Denis for a week, and apparently under his leadership, they moved in the next day. So the way I see this is that we spoke to Thistle, and she appears to be a bit more someone who wears her emotions on her face. You know,
Badge on her sleeve. Yeah.
exactly. She seems to not be as good as hiding her intentions, or at least their group's intentions. The way I see it is they're kind of telling you one thing, Vito, and then doing another thing. I think their intentions are exactly what Thistle is saying, and it's just something we should all take in mind or keep in mind going forward if we do decide to let them, you know.
Well, then how about some sort of retribution? You know, some kind of price that they have to pay. Whether that's
That
financial or something else.
that is a one-way ticket to getting banned out of the city.
Do you
I
think they
believe.
just wouldn't take
That's
kindly
why
to that and move on?
Well, they tell somebody about that, and we got to stay on roads for a
Oh,
month.
gotcha.
Extortion, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm. It didn't take much for Sheriff Thorne to issue as a 37-day banishment from Saint Denis.
Every time we enter 2 more days on it.
Yeah.
And that's
Yep.
be careful with that, Mary.
But yeah, if we decide we don't want them, or don't want to give them our blessing, and they decide to go with it anyway, I think it's a discussion for another day.
I wasn't
and
really
another
even talking
topic.
about like
More
extortion.
approaches can be taken that aren't as compromising.
I wanted like some other kind of
Well, we
Like
do
for
have
us.
ways of dealing with
way
them.
they could
There's
try to
plenty of
make
ways.
up for
Plenty
it.
of
I don't
ways.
know.
Yeah,
I
they
don't
don't
have
need
any
to know
ideas.
if
but
they have our
I wanted to
blessing
see
or
if
not.
anybody
It's
else
honestly
did.
best if they don't.
Yeah, maybe even.
Should we go
Alright.
send that telegram out?
Yeah.
I want to touch on this other topic before we do anything. with this what's his fucking name?
Oh
Chester.
yeah,
Fucking Chester
Lockwood.
Lockwood.
Yeah. So
I'm gonna stand
Last
up
night
after I
a
hear
bunch
all
of shit
this.
happened with him. Yeah.
so he after everything that happened last night, went for right before we came back, my bartender I had over there, Aiden, he got roughed up by Chester because he was under the impression that Vito was a part of the organization that ran the Bastille. Or maybe
Of
Aiden didn't
course.
really know. He's very new, so he doesn't really know everybody yet. So he might have, not really known exactly what he was saying.
Aiden thought you were a manager there, essentially. 'Cause
Yeah, I think
Chester
he was under that impression.
Chester
Right.
came in asking for you, so I think Aiden just assumed you know, you worked there,
Yeah,
something
I
like
mean,
that.
we just hired him a few days ago, so
Yeah.
Of course.
so he beats up Aiden, and
No, I guess the fucking street kid Archie to do it. He doesn't do it himself.
yeah, he hired some kid, and so I'm walking down the street, some very important things had just happened, and I was going for a walk, and I see these two fellas talking to my good friend Sonny, the kid from the Bahamas down the street outside the bank.
Yeah.
And I walk up to him, and they match the description that Aiden had given to me. So I go over and I ask him their names. He tells me his name is Richard. I ask Archie what his name is, and he tells me his name's Archie. And then I say, Archie, is the gentleman to my right lying to me? And Archie says no. So I say, okay, fellas, well, you go on your way. I'm going to continue my walk. And Sonny walks with me. We go ways, and I say, Sonny, go over and tell Angelo and Adam at the Bastille right now that I think that's our guys. And so he goes, runs off, does that, and Adam while he's doing that, Chester and Archie get on their horse, and they come over to me, and he says, Mr. Barletti, I did lie to you. Make sure you get the message to Vito that I want to talk to him. And as he's departing, Angelo and Adam come flying around the corner, and they chase after him. Angelo, you can explain the rest.
We chased him around the corner towards the gun store, and then he went around the corner again towards the telegram. He, sped off, so we were chasing him. Pulled out a gun, so me and Adam pull out our revolvers. We tell him stop, or we're gonna fucking shoot the horse because he's aiming his gun at us. He stops, towards the stables where it says the Atlantic Electric Company on the billboard. He stops over there, and I jump off the horse, putting the gun at him. I tell him to jump off. He puts his gun away because the kid didn't have a gun. He puts his gun away. Then we go into the alleyway. I scared the kid a lot. I didn't really feel like it was necessary to fuck the kid up. He apparently, from my understanding, saw an opportunity to make some money because the guy offered money.
I wasn't
and
there,
paying
so.
him to do it. Took the money and he did it and just following this guy around. He'd known him for like a day. So I said to the kid, look, don't fucking listen to these strange men asking you to do things for money. They're gonna get you in a lot of trouble. Roughed him up a little bit.
The only way he's going to get better is
he
practice.
ran off straight away.
So.
Then, obviously, Chester, we gave him a bit more, roughed him up a bit more, told him not to come back into the Bastille, stay away from the businesses, and, whatever issues he's got with you, he would have to take it up with you. He made it clear that you wasn't a part of our business and you're your own separate entity, you know what I mean? But he made it clear before we departed with one another that he would be coming after you again.
I guess he would be back coming for me to chop my head off and all
then
that shit.
that's when he got fucking knocked out by Adam. So, but we heard something else today also from was it from Hades?
Yeah. So the the lady Clara, blonde lady, very sweet, soft-spoken lady, works at the bar for me.
Carter?
No, Aubrey. She's usually awake
Clara.
earlier in the day.
Fucking Henry Klein, the one that he kidnapped. Yeah, I remember.
So yeah, that's the only bad part about her. She's friends with the fucking rat. But apparently, Chester came into the city today a couple hours ago and kidnapped somebody in the market. And Hades is under the impression that she thinks it was Clara. I haven't gotten any telegrams about anything, and nothing of the sort, but she definitely saw it was him, and she definitely saw him kidnap somebody, and then take off towards Johannesburg. Says they could have gone to Guam, or they could have gone up to Roanoke, who knows, but they went north.
He has kidnapped her before, if
Yeah.
you remember.
Yep, I
It was
do.
she was the one that he kidnapped and
And held
dosed
hostage
her up,
for fucking
held her
forever, yeah.
for months.
Hmm.
Tried to make her brain go all crazy.
Yeah, it's very concerning. If this has now happened again.
This guy, well, I guess if I haven't told you already, a bit of story time then. This Chester, my whole issue with him happened a while back when he, what's the word? It was rent the house out from under me, and you all right there, Pearly?
Yeah, no, just taking the time. Go ahead.
He was renting the house out from under me without me knowing it to some lady. And this is a little more back for this, just so you know why I made him told him to do what he was supposed to do. Tried to make out that Eli Blair was a rat, and Van Horn sent telegrams to Law pretending to be Eli, and try to get him into all kinds of trouble.
Eli is a rat.
They had
Really?
oh, is he?
No wonder
I
Van
seen it
Horn's after
firsthand.
him.
How'd you figure that out?
Eli is more of a loud talker.
Sorry, yeah, I should. Well, he's a criminal.
He has no discretion for keeping information
Right.
to himself.
Right.
Yeah, there was a situation that happened, and he was spouting his woes and his miseries to everyone who would hear it at the telegram
They're
station.
getting
I was
tired.
there, and there was a law there with a badge on, listening to him woe about this person that chopped the finger off.
Oh, that thing. Yeah. Wait, like you were there when that happened?
Yes, I heard it all.
Oh, right. Because I remember who told me that, and I was pretty sure that he was lying.
Nope, he was all there.
No, I heard it, saw it all myself. I was one of the people in the crowd, just poor you, ho. Fuck that guy.
I remember that's what Bruno told me, and that was just because they were after him. He didn't have much to say about it, really. But all right, well,
saw
that's
it.
good to know. Jeez.
I think the Telegram boy shot my name.
Shit.
I think I seen him over there.
On my
What
third
a-
cigar.
All I'm saying is, could this the story time maybe be for another time? or is it
Yeah,
urgent?
I mean,
yeah.
that's basically all of it
Irrelevant to the
anyway.
matter.
We just wanted to make sure Vito was aware that
All right.
this guy's looking for him again as well. So
I think I know who this man is too, so I can.
Yeah,
I'll be
you
like, yeah,
you
if I
know
see
him. He was the one running around trying to scam people. He came to me asking for my help. He wanted me to smooth things over with Van Horn for him and other people for
Yeah, I
money
mean,
or
we'll be walking
something,
around.
or for potential business from him.
I think we're wrapping up.
All that shit. And, long story short, he owes me money, and he was dodging me for months. His brother got killed. I guess now he's back with a vengeance. Because he heard that I'm still gonna come after him for my money.
So keep an eye out for him.
well, it's
And,
probably fueled even more now. So
Let's go check.
I'm
these
sure.
Sorry, excuse your things.
Fuck you.
I need to get something.
Can't get on. Damn, dude.
Sorry, Sophie.
What's the error that you're getting?
It was.
So Sophia, do
for
you
the
got
moment,
peaches?
yeah.
You got peaches, Sophia?
are we going down to do this thing?
What? What thing?
Talk with them?
I mean, if they're there, yeah.
Mm.
I think we're gonna send them telegrams first. Would be my guess.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, he's gonna look at me with binoculars.
Good Lord, how dare we?
Just waiting for these and all.
General store right there.
Yep. 2 potatoes, yes.
don't know because I got that telegram.
Hey, I'll meet you at the telegrams. I need to take a piss bad. It's
All right.
fucking bad. I'm sorry.
Have fun.
Yeah, thank you.
Connecting to the server then pops up preparing to verify authentication ticket, which is something you see like a half second before it roll. Yeah. It's stuck there until you can't connect to CFX. I would reach out in the Wild Discord. And I think you can bring that up in, oh, has nobody been able to help you? The other option is you uninstall everything and reinstall, and that would be the other option. Oh, I like this song. You might have to, like, completely uninstall RedM and do that, which blows. Yeah, you could do that.
How's it going, Mr. Perler?
Have you been up to the Bastille?
No, I haven't.
Alright. Apparently Patty's around.
Yeah.
Oh, my guess is he's up there.
Was
Wait,
Rabbit the motive
having a
for
chat.
torturing Peaches and Sasuke? I
For
feel
a
like she
day,
got off
2 days.
scot-free.
No, she got demoted, I think, for a day or two.
That's
Yeah.
it's Petey Pants, dude.
Right, you sent that telegram.
No, go ahead.
I ain't sent that. Oh, I don't have his telegram. You do.
Yeah, I'd
Is that
say
him
that.
right there?
Where?
No, that's no. I know who that is.
No, yeah.
Come here, Scorpio.
Ah.
Evening.
Hey, Don. Is that Jen?
Tis.
Oh. Would you be available to have that chat?
Of course.
Hey, Pearly, it is him, by the way. I was wrong.
Perfect.
I was out
Say,
hunting. Help clear my mind.
Ah, okay.
All right. Mr. Lee, I assume.
Hello, Mr. Purdy. Pleasure.
Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you in person. Say,
I mean, if you have a
so we
pretty
we had
decent
a,
internet,
we had a
decent
little meeting earlier
computer,
today
shouldn't take
at Blackwater
too
with some of your
long.
folks, and you know, just talking about a few things, and then we would like to come together and have a formal meeting. Is that all right with you to make happen pretty much right now?
Yes.
Adam, you do me a favor, run up to the Bastille. Go see if
Truth be
Patty's
told,
over
I
there.
would prefer to meet like this.
Yeah, sure thing.
Thank you.
Right. So we gonna have a few folks. Myself, I probably won't be in attendance. Scarpo, you have Sophia there
Sure.
with you, and then Carlo here. Carlo, who you bringing with you?
I'll probably bring Patty. I don't know if you've met him. It may have been a while since you.
All right. Yeah. And then over there we got Vito, and I'm assuming Bronson will be there too. So, you got a place in mind?
No, I am at your disposal.
Well, I mean,
Lions Den.
Do it there. I mean, could do it there. Could do it above the gun store. Could do it in that room at the Corrigan. Could do it.
I'd say the house, but we're still having to remodel for all that stuff at the front.
Right.
Yeah. We can do it. Lions Den sounds good.
Lions look good. It's
All right.
perfect.
All right.
Will it just be yourself in attendance, Mr. Lee, or you got folks around if everyone gone to bed?
No, it would be only me.
Okay, no worries.
All right.
So, how about Lions Den in about 10 minutes out? 5 to 10 minutes?
No problem.
All right. You know where it's at? Mr. Lee.
It is beyond that gate, correct?
Right across
Right,
the
so-
street from the marketplace. Yeah.
Exactly.
Understood.
Fighting ring.
Understood. 10 minutes.
Perfect.
Sorry, your drinks were all loud.
Actually, while we're here,
Is that Patty? Is he around?
Yeah, he's. I'm assuming he's up at the bar.
I sent you a telegram.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Does he even... Okay, I was gonna say, does he even know about what's going on? But I think it does, right?
I mean, yeah, he doesn't know about what's happened in like the past 2 days, but besides that, he knows what's going on. I think he was there when I talked to Vito. I think? I don't remember. Been too much going
Okay.
No, wait, figure out when you can hang on to some of this shit that I got in my apartment, huh?
I bet I thought we were going to know. I'm trying.
Okay, well, when are you gonna, actually be able to do anything?
What do you mean?
When can I give you some of this shit?
I mean,
You tell me
If I
you're
really-
not. You tell me you're not gonna be able to pay until you sell all of it. So
I could pay, but the only issue is where am I gonna store it
Yeah,
right
well,
now? You know.
so what are you
I'm
gonna do?
not
Wait to
renting a
save
fucking
up for a wagon and then fucking buy one and then keep all of it in there?
No, I may have to.
You don't know no apartment?
Yeah, but then I would have to get rid of the hotel room.
You up there?
Here's
Oh, what the fuck?
Yeah, so I would have to get rid of.
Have you been
If
able
I
to
was
get
to do
into
that.
to Lydia's place, by the way?
Not yet.
Have you
'Cause-
tried
Yes, I have tried.
since you got that telegram from her?
Yes, I've tried.
Oh shit!
What the fuck is wrong with you? Where did you even come from? I'm so confused right now.
He
Jeez.
was around. I told him to go look for Patty. But I
Yeah,
guess he's not over there.
I went over to the Bastille. Didn't see him.
I don't know where the fuck else he would be.
I woke up pretty much like 10 minutes ago. Didn't see Patty at all.
Yeah.
I was taking a walk down to the telegram station because a boy was calling my name.
Hmm.
Now I received a thank you letter from B.
For what?
What for?
I don't know. I haven't got the chance to read it.
Just fucking
What
read
did
it.
What did you do that
Yeah,
she
I
needs
was
to thank you
going
for?
to.
Alright,
read
read
Then
it.
you told me to
Yeah,
go find
okay.
Patty.
Alright, read it.
What did
Hurry.
he do that he needs to say
I
that
don't
she needs
know.
to say thank you for?
I don't know.
It's been so long waiting.
Hey,
Where
don't
were
panic.
you?
Hello.
Hey, come across the street real quick.
Of course, I didn't get my fucking coat.
Is that Vito?
Yeah.
Was he dressed like a bum?
A lot of shit that happened yesterday. They found Delaney and Josie yesterday.
Who did?
Vito, Bronson, and Jimmy. I got into a gunfight with them, and then once they brought them to a secluded place, they sent me a telegram, and Angelo and I met them over there. They shot them up pretty bad. They had a broad who was working for, guy.
The fuck out of here,
Oh,
pal.
Broad who works for Donnie Barton was,
Come on out,
helping
Come
out.
on.
Patching them up
Helping
and shit. Like, once, I guess she came across him or something. She was patching him up to keep him alive until we got there.
Mm-hmm.
And we get there, they're both unconscious. They're both in disguises. Josie had the blonde wig on and eye patch on and shit. But, I took off the glove on her left hand and sure enough saw the fucking scar. Knew it was her. Clearly Delaney with her. And, so I cut across the scar on her hand and I shot her in both hands and both feet. As a symbolization that, what she did, like crucifixion to my heart. We don't know if they're dead or alive. I left a note. So, nothing revealing, but I don't know if they, somebody found the bodies or something. We'll see what happens.
Was she unconscious?
Yeah. Wasn't able to get any words exchanged with her.
If she survives, done and dusted, or
We'll see. Their intentions were to leave the crossing. All of Delaney's people have left them. Did you know about that?
no?
Oh, okay. Well, right now we're about to go have a meeting with the guy who's leading the rest of their group, and they've decided to move back into the gun store prematurely. They were supposed to wait to have a conversation with all the families, and they haven't. So that conversation is about to happen right now, and we kind of got to get going.
Alright. Leave door.
He went to get changed. I think he went to the gun store to get changed.
The gun store to get changed.
Possibly.
Yeah, I guess I got a coat right there.
Get changed in the gun store.
Didn't work? That blows. That's so weird.
Shit,
Well,
Joey, you ain't seen my place, have you?
Not recently, no.
Are you gonna wait? Have you seen it like recent? Like my place, my place?
The countertops and all that?
Yes, yes.
It's really weird.
I've seen the countertops.
All right, you
Have
need
you
to see it
tried,
as
like,
it is.
can you
I'll
switch
show
off of
you.
Ethernet
Maybe
and
around
Wi-Fi?
tomorrow.
I have no idea.
The fuck domain?
I am blissfully unaware of my existence, Sergio. I am here when I'm here. When I'm not, it's not my fucking problem.
Next time, fuck you then. Next time you're around,
Like, can your
remind me,
computer
we
only
gotta
connect
show
to
you.
Ethernet?
'Cause
Or
I
can you
like
connect to
showing off.
Wi-Fi too? Or only Wi-Fi? Like, see if that changes anything.
God, is that him? I'd be intimidated if I was
Just
him.
standing there menacingly across the street.
Does it have a LAN adapter?
It's probably him.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Look what they saw you.
Alright, I'm gonna
Alright.
close my eyes for just a
I want to see you around more. Please. I miss you.
Alright. Have a good night, all.
Sophia's
Take it
just gonna
easy.
rest her eyes
Alright.
very quickly. We'll be in though. We have right in, so.
Yeah, you have to have a part in your computer for it. Alright, Adam Angelo, just come over here real quick.
I'm getting some fucking. Can you buy shit here still? Or
No.
You cannot.
Check them crates. Man.
Are you hungry?
No, I was gonna get a cigar.
Oh. I think out of respect for what everybody else is doing, we're probably only gonna have 2 folks here. So I think Patty and I'll sit in for this one, and we'll tell you what happens later.
Is that what the others are doing?
Yeah.
But why did we come down here then?
I don't know.
Okay.
But yeah, if you wanna go work done, just hang over by the Bastille, see if anybody's over there. I don't know. Just we'll see how long this takes. I'm not sure, but I'll fill you all in later when it's over. I wouldn't do this unless everybody else was only bringing 2 people.
All right. I don't know if I'm gonna be around when it's done. Depends on how long it goes for.
I mean, I doubt it's gonna be more than an hour.
I might be around. I don't know though. We'll see.
Well, I'll be what?
Someone else can sit. If we're gonna sit here and fucking talk for an hour, someone else can sit in for me.
You don't want to do it? All right.
I'm not in the mood to sit down and talk for an hour. I'll listen for an hour.
Well, you won't talk, but you don't want to listen. Yeah, I know how you are. All right. Well, then you 2 can play fucking rock paper scissors or something.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not. We said 2 people, so I'm gonna stick to that.
Yeah, no, we should stick to it. I'm just trying to
Right,
work
pick a
out.
number.
I'm just trying to work out. No, hold on.
One or two.
Let me fight. Let me see how long. I might not even be around for the entire thing. So
Right, Adam. Angelo,
Let me just see. Hold on.
Fucking difficult.
I have not, Prasha. I'm sorry you are talking a bit raw.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna be here for the entire thing. So
All right.
go.
Good night.
Jinri.
Yeah.
Here.
I think they're heading over now. Yeah.
All right.
Any introductions required? Anyone here, or is everyone familiar?
I believe everybody here knows each other.
Mr. Lee, are you familiar with the man to my right? It's Mr. Daniels, a close associate of mine.
No, I cannot believe I have met him.
Right.
Hello, Mr. Daniels.
It's a pleasure to meet you, pal.
Poor guy, he's on the fucking
All right, well,
stage, basically, right
I
now.
guess to start this off, I believe, I mean, I'm sure we all know why we're here, what we're here to talk about. So to get it started, we've already done introductions. We all know each other. It's great. We'll continue and pick up with, I suppose, start with the beginning of how this all came to be, I suppose. Shall I? Hey, sure. Go ahead. You got the stage. Well, I guess a bit about myself. As you already know, my name is Jinri. I come from Hong Kong, China. I was new to the crossing. Although this is not an excuse, just merely to understand my origins. I was taken in by the Rainy, given a job, money. And with that, not so much purpose, I came here to work. The money was good.
Which spot did a different
So-
emote for me?
I figured I would help him in his endeavors.
Where we'd all be individual.
That led into a conflict with many of yourselves. And before I continue, I also heard some words were given earlier from an associate of mine.
Sure, yeah.
I want to apologize for that. It
was not necessary. But, truth be told, to us, you all were vilified, painted as villains. Although you do hold power, I do not know you, any of you, and you do not know me. It made it easy to fight, but do what was necessary. During this conflict, there were many transgressions, but there were also many truths that were told. One so much so about Dorini's past and his previous patterns of behavior. Mr. Vito, I know you are quite familiar with it as well, all of you are. I began to search and understand and speak to others, those that have been around the crossing for quite a while. And they all began to share the same story. Now, a bit more from what I am. I was a hatchet man, or a 49er. Do any of you know what this is?
No.
I was
Elaborate.
I was a member of the Honlong Hui, Red Dragon Society Triad. Violence and war was my profession. And well, I had been bred for pure loyalty. So, for you to understand what we did, after we began to realize what Delaney had done, the black mark on his name, where he had gotten it, what he had done, the things he had shown us, that he was not a good leader, and that those words were true. We decided to have a, for lack of a better word, restructure. We ousted Delaney, moved away from him. For we began to understand that this conflict was not ours, but merely a man seeking for more vengeance, and using anyone, especially those new to the crossing, to gain such things. But I will not sit here and just say that the blame is all on him, because I also acted. I raised my hand, and that is the truth of the matter.
Well, I know something for myself personally, and I assume everybody else here. I was a little more curious about would be. I didn't get much, very far into the conversation on how you came to this decision of parting with Delaney. I mean, we know the ultimate reason, but you know who, what, when, why. Rather, I know obviously throughout this whole thing, we tried to make it very clear to you what was going on, and perhaps I guess in my way of looking at it, the advice I gave just wasn't given. But looking at it from your perspective, I assume you were blinded by what he told you. I was just a little curious as to what made your mind change from fighting for him so quickly.
After what I heard about this, I began to go around the crossing, like I said, asking others who were around for a very long time. I came here for work, and since I did, I began to ride with some people out west. And one of them began to tell me, because Delaney had connections out there. He began to tell me because he took a liking to me. He told me about Delaney. He told me what he had done. And although I was indebted to him. I began to care about the others more so often. The others, I began to see myself. They did not know, nor did they want, to be in that conflict. And through this time, I began to gain something that I never had before. Desire. All my life, I served my old boss. But I wanted something for myself.
Caught the disease of the crossing.
Is that what this is?
It's just something a lot of people around here share.
I had never had anything. Barely a name.
Right. Now, another thing I wanted to bring up from what you were saying before was, well, two things. You said that you were, one, indebted to Delaney, and that you were, the way you were brought into this, you felt that we were vilified, and that you were, in a sense, forced to help him, I guess. Or at least you saw no other way other than to help him.
No. It's not that I was forced, but I'm a man who keeps to his word and is very genuine.
Yeah,
if you do something for me, I will do it in kind. He helped me at the low point. So, only thing I do know how to do, only thing that I could do, is violence. He needed someone to fight his enemies as well. So, I figured that this was something that I could do for him. But that man was no boss, no cool head. His hatred for you was like a fire. And he was willing to take every one of us with him to the grave.
I guess that's sort of where it being partly his fault and partly yours for your own actions, I suppose. Because, granted, I understand he says a lot of things. Sure, said quite a lot of things to you about us, about a lot of people in this room, if not every one of us individually or as a whole. I just, I don't know. I guess I know the answer. Would you would say something similar of, because he helped you? No, it's just, I guess this is a common thing that happens around here, and I never really understand it. Somebody goes, "Hey, that guy over there, he's bad," and I helped you, so I'm good. And that's how things start. It goes straight into it. But I guess from how you've explained it, that's pretty much what happened with you. Showed up, he showed you kindness. He pointed a gun at us and said, "Those are the bad guys. Help me."
Yes. There were things that also made it, well, easier. It had turned from doing what was asked, doing what was needed, to, well, living to survive. But I had never spoken to any of you previously. I believe that there was a time where I wanted to have a talk with you also, Vito. Unfortunately, I wasn't around for that. For the first one. I wanted to be. And if it was, perhaps it would have happened sooner, rather than later.
In the one in the gun store, you mean? The very first one?
No, even after that one. The one with Thistle.
Mm.
I wanted to have the talk with you. I couldn't be around.
Oh, earlier today, you mean?
No.
You may be talking about when we picked her up.
Oh, you mean when we had a conversation with just her?
Yes.
Right.
I was supposed to be there. It was unfortunate, the timing.
I have a question.
Please.
You've made it clear what your thoughts and opinions are of the Delaney and the brief history that's occurred so far. Can you vouch that for every other person that is in your employment feels the same way?
Without a doubt. Now, I know some words were said earlier. This was very strong-willed. Very fiery. But I assure you.
May I, gentlemen?
Mm-hmm.
I have a question for you.
Please.
How long have you been working for Delaney before you decided to go your separate way?
Perhaps a few weeks, maybe a month.
A few weeks, maybe a month, alright. So, you've been working for this man for a few weeks, almost a month. And I understand that he helped you, so you decided to return the favor. Thing that's interesting to me is that you return that favor by going to a war, the group of people that you barely knew, and you risked your own life. I mean, what did Delaney do? They would go out risking your own life in a gunfight, pal. That's what I want to know.
I understand it does seem strange. But since leaving China, all I have done is fight. I have no other skills. It is only recently I've begun to understand that perhaps I do have a mind for business. But when we first got there, and he began to make the Red Lion, or however old this organization is, well, he tried to, how do I say, there was a ritual he performed. Although the man is, how do I say, a bit lacking. He has a bit of charisma. But if I am indebted to someone, I will try my best to repay it. I made the decision to heed what was said.
Right. I think now
I've got to ask you a couple of questions.
Yeah. Well, hey, let me say this just right quick. I believe after what Mr. Daniels said and what I was attempting to say before, I now formulated my question a little better, or rather my statement. Right, he helped you. You wanted to help him, but there being in between there's quite a difference between him giving you some money and giving you a job, and you repaying that debt by working for him and then shooting at people and potentially killing people on his behalf. think that's what ultimately was we was trying to say there. Correct me if I'm wrong, Adam.
No, you're completely correct. Let's not forget that he was only working for this man for almost a month, like you said, in his own words.
You're having a hard time finding the correlation and why I would do such a thing.
Right.
I do know it makes no sense, but I implore you to see it from my side. For who I am, I was raised to be subservient. I was raised to not want anything and to listen to whoever is above me. But I do know it is hard to understand, but there is no more to that story.
What do you think changed? What made you have this overwhelming desire for yourself?
Do you know the seer and Van Horn?
A damn Boucher. Familiar.
I was out west, and one of the people I began to come to care about, she told me about the seer.
Is that
She
like
also told me
his
that there's
way of telling
nothing
us
wrong with
that he
actually
doesn't
wanting
like the
things.
question?
To actually have something for myself. So, out west, I ran into Lady Bouchain, and I thought it fate. I asked to speak to her. A few days later, I ran into her in Van Horn, and I did not have to ask a question. She already knew the answer. From then on, things began to rise. I knew what I wanted. And it came off more when I began to talk more to Delaney and to see how he was running things. He was... I don't believe he was a good leader. And I believe he was mismanaging things. He was blinded. But as I got to watch him, as I stuck by his side, my own desire began to rise, what I wanted, how I would do it, what I would do better. In order to, I know you understand this, to have a legacy. To have myself known. To not be a slave anymore.
Right.
Right, I've got a question. It's going off Carlo's question earlier on. So, who currently is in your group?
Truth be told, we're not even fully a group. We are just off the back of this, and we are only friends that are looking to help each other. If there is anyone I can say that is truly with me, it is Thistle. The others, honestly, they want to stay out of the city. They are only here for me. And I came to the gun shop on my own endeavor, my own want.
The reason I ask, because I used to usually see you, Thistle, and Sean together, but no one else.
And we are the 4 survivors. At least the 4 that left.
Who's the 4th then, sorry?
I'm counting myself in that count.
So
Yes,
you've mentioned 3. You, Thistle, Sean, and who's the 4th?
Cassie's the last. But she is not in this company. She is only a friend.
Okay, so What about John?
No. John split ways.
In what regard? Who's he with now?
I do not know. Perhaps Delaney.
Hmm.
During the... I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh, no, it's funny you say perhaps the lady, because we heard he's got one of his old friends, somebody from your group is working with him. I think. At least that's what's been being told, so that's
I
He
heard of a
shouldn't
man,
reveal it like that.
funny.
Carter. Carter is back looking for Delaney.
Hmm. Well, maybe that was it then.
When was the last time that you spoke with John? Did he depart from Delaney when the rest of you did?
So when we had the conversation, we spoke in the speakeasy. And the funny thing is that the restructure was his idea. We were contemplating on, honestly, either to turn Delaney over to you or to just leave. But he wanted to push for the restructure. So, when we had the conversation with Delaney, I can see in his face and his eyes that he was, despite it being his idea, Delaney did not want to hear of it. He had dropped his tomahawk in his Schofield and asked me to turn him in. But, although Delaney is not well liked, he still has friends, and I want to make a clean exit with the rest. Figuring that he by himself would eventually get caught. John, well, he, from what I was told, decided to have some time alone. I didn't see John until 2 days later when I was in the gun store. He was giving me an attitude, and I knew that he had his own issues. I knew there was something wrong, but he would not tell me.
Have you been able to find out since?
No.
And how did that conversation wrap up? And, you could tell he had a problem.
It was barely a conversation. So, imagine someone walks into your gun store and says, "Oh, it's you." I said, "Well, John, welcome. May I help you?" He said, "No, I will go somewhere else."
He didn't like that he said your gun store.
But he was the one who pushed for this restructure.
And that
Then
is the
he changes
confusing
his
thing.
mind again. That he doesn't even want to talk to you in a respectable sense. Very interesting. Very interesting. Well, I'll make my assumptions on that.
The other question I was going to say is, who was these other friends he was talking to when this war was happening?
There was...
That's what I was gonna ask.
We talked to... Thomas Rogan.
Oh, motherfucker. The self-proclaimed king of roads, huh?
Anybody else?
We also spoke to... It was, Pedro.
Pedro.
Bedlam.
Bedlam.
Pedro.
Bedlam.
Okay.
Bedlam.
Bedlam
Oh,
gang.
Bedlam. Okay.
Apologies, my,
Sorry.
No, you're fine.
It's my fault. Getting old. Bedlam. We spoke to them in what capacity?
Well, our forces were weak. I tried to bolster our ranks.
What was their reception to that idea?
Mostly wishy-washy.
Is this why they came into the city trying to cause chaos?
That I'm not sure.
I don't think
And-
so. They reside in the city, so.
Yeah, they've lived here for a little bit.
But obviously, just going back to Thomas Logan, I'm assuming it's similar chats as well.
There were talks, but nothing came of it.
Yep.
As I said, wishy-washy.
Anybody else?
No.
Oh, Josh Carter, Thomas Logan, and Bedlam. But, okay. Interesting. The details of Thomas Logan and all of that. You know any?
Details like, what? About the conversation or?
Yeah, any particular conversations, any help he offered?
No, nothing violent on. Nothing. It was mostly us trying to, like I said, bolster our ranks. Of course, there was, he seemed interested, but eventually nothing came of it. There was a lot of time where Delaney was, absent.
Right.
During it, so.
Interested what? Interested in taking up arms against us?
Slightly, but
Slightly, or was he, or was he not?
he was interested in the idea, yes.
Right. That doesn't surprise me much. Really doesn't surprise me. Huh. Oh, he I can't remember. Were you Sergio? Was Jin here at the meeting that you had with them at the church?
I don't believe so.
Okay.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Mr. Lee. Was you there at the meeting that I had with Delaney and some of his people in Rhodes near the church? I don't believe he was.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of.
So you won't know
figured.
the name Eric then.
No.
Shouldn't be meeting heavy tomorrow.
Okay. That sounds about right. Well, anybody?
What are your
I ain't got nothing for
intentions
talking.
with the gun store? What do you intend to do?
When I got here, I heard about now this is a no way a revival, but I want to build something from the gun store. Now others tell me that there's other places to go. But I believe if I want to make anything, a name for myself in business, the gun store is a good place to start and to breathe life into it. I'm not going to lie. I have ambitions and I want to build an empire of my own and leave behind something. And I believe the gun store not only has a rich history, but is a perfect place to do so.
It certainly has a history. Some richer than others, I suppose.
I was told of Taipan.
Yeah, among a few others from time to time. Well, I guess, like I was saying earlier, going back to the beginning, our first chat, it was myself and you, Sean, Thistle, and myself, Bronson here behind me, and another associate of mine, Jimmy. That chat we had, you had asked about the blessing of moving in, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I'd like to think I have a when you had all of this is the truth. If truly you've got no issue with Delaney, it's no major problem of mine, but I can't speak for anyone else, and that there's other people that you got to talk to about that. That all sound accurate? I mean, please, if any of that's wrong.
Well, whether it was what I had heard, and I could be wrong as well, was that he did have the blessing, but I did want to talk to DiCenzo's and to Carlo as well. And I apologize if I moved a bit too hastily, but I also saw that there were others looking at the gun store.
Who were these others?
There was a name, Vincenzo, I think the name was, and a man named Henry.
Henry what?
I didn't get the last name.
Did you meet with him?
I saw him in your bar.
What did he look like?
Old gentleman, gray hair, I think mutton chops. Strange store. He wore ladies' heels.
Is that Hatchlock?
That sound right?
Hatchlock? Is that the name?
I only heard Henry.
I'm sure I've seen that man around before, but I can't
I
remember
do
where.
have his telegram.
You have it written down? Would you have to go to the telegram
I'll have to
station?
go to the station, yes.
All right, no worries.
We'll compare and contrast those at some point. All right. Well, I guess that makes sense on that specific regard. Although I'd like to continue with what we were speaking about in that meeting. Like I did, like I was saying, and like I believe I had said, trying to make sure I remember my wording here as close as I can. That I told you it had no major problem of mine. That it would be fine with me as long as you get the okay from the other two, or the other. I think what I said was anyone else in Saint Denis. After you brought up Barletti, I said him and anyone else at Saint Denis that needs to be spoken to. I do remember I didn't say any names. That's on me. Now, it was, I don't know. I do remember that night. It was very adamant from yourself and Sean, especially, I believe, that you weren't going to come into the city that night and for the next night and maybe a little while longer than that, perhaps the rest of that week. I believe it was Saturday. You said you weren't going to be back until the next. Be in Saint Denis really until the next week until you spoke and got things set out and settled, just to make sure you weren't coming in and getting shot at or anything like that. And there was a sign that the next day I had woken up, earlier than normal, and there was a sign already on the gun store.
Yes, I apologize. After I saw that there was a man that wanted the gun shop. So I had put that there in order to hopefully deter them. But my apologies. I still wanted to talk with the DiCenzos and as well as Carlo. I think just schedules kept missing.
All right. Well, I suppose as for that meeting, that was the major part of it. But what happened today? I think I've been talking a solid amount here. Sergio, you were there. You remember it all. Perhaps you could let him know what was said. Refresh everyone.
Sure. So
He's getting bored, dude.
firstly, before we get on to that, I'd like to just ask one question about, you know, because of course she was not in direct conflict with myself or the DiCenzos. But there is something I'd very much like to know, just for kind of definitive proof. And in the spirit of good, foundational relationship here, I hope you'll be truthful with me.
Of course.
You were in the Delaney's organization for a while. You got to know the guy. You know his motivations, and you mentioned a long-standing hatred. Can I ask you, at any point during your time with Delaney, did he ever mention a desire, a need, a motivation to wipe out the DiCenzos from the city, to wipe out the Catalanos or the Barlettis, and fantasize about himself at the top? Was that something that, yeah?
Well, another thing that was heard was perhaps
It
naming specific
kinda
people
is.
by name. He wanted to make sure that we're dead
As far
at the
as
end of this.
as far as specific names,
He's basically on trial right now.
I know that he has a hatred for the DiCenzos. Yes, he wants you all dead. Honestly.
If
Vito,
he
your
if he
name came
answers
up a
every
lot.
question right, then I don't think
Shaka.
there'll be much of an issue.
As far as the DiCenzos, it was blanket. He didn't say any specific names.
Okay, but he did express a interest or a desire to eradicate, to cleanse, to wipe us out.
Almost
Is that
definitely.
correct? Yes. Okay. That's just good to know, I appreciate your honesty, Moving on to, I suppose, the discussion that happened earlier today.
Can I quickly go to something though before you do
Of
that?
course.
Obviously, did any of you guys write anything on or carve anything into any doors in the city?
I am not sure. I do know that I know there was some vandalization that happened, but those were in times I was a part of that.
I see. Okay.
He's furious over there.
Because there
I'm
were
trying to keep it
certain
together.
things written on 2 properties after the house where I live in and Blue Pearl got trashed. They both matched up. That's all.
As well as the Bastille and perhaps another place. I'm not too positive. Although, matter of fact, the people in the Bastille that night, that was Mr. Mancini and Gags, wasn't it?
Aglianelli, yeah.
Right. Do we know if perhaps he's still awake?
No, I don't think he.
All right. And well, I'm sure that's fine. I have to ask him what was said and carved there by Delaney that night, just to get a refresher. But we'll worry about that later.
There were no words carved into the Bastille. Just some of the furniture had been hampered with.
Right.
Well, if that's the case, Jin, have you heard the term, this is not your city? ever told you by Delaney?
Things to that nature, yes.
Oh, okay, that matches up what was written into the dawns.
In
To a few
German.
different places.
Mm-hmm.
With that incident at the Bastille, were you present?
No, I was not.
And what about the time where Delaney and his folks shot Nico in front of the back?
That was me.
He
I
was
was
there.
there.
We spoke about that.
That's all I wanted to know.
You were honest with me about that.
Honesty.
Right, you had some questions, Sergio?
Yeah. So, as you, I'm sure, have discussed with this, so we had a conversation earlier down in Blackwater, right? What is your what she told you about it? How'd she say it went?
She said she spoke veiled but candidly about how you don't want to stop people from coming to the city and things of that nature. But I am eager to hear from you, your side.
Well, I'm actually eager to hear your recollection of it first, because correct me if I'm wrong. You apologized for that.
Yes, she told me what she had said, or at least how she had said it.
Yeah.
And regardless of whatever, I believe that you should not be spoken to. No one should be spoken to in that nature, in that way. But as I said, she is spirited.
Spirited. Yeah. So, I suppose I'll explain it how it was spoken to me. So, we get to talking, and right off the bat, she lets me know that you guys have moved in the gun store, and you're all set up, got your feet kicked up and nice and comfy. And that basically, she just wanted to talk to us, inform us what was happening, let us know that, yeah, kind of give us the courtesy of her conversation that she was just letting us know that they were moving, you guys were moving in, and we got to talking, of course, and I let her know that we've been around the city for a long ass time, 3-4 years going on now. We got roots, very deep,
legacy,
very planted. Exactly, we said the best legacy, and our name does mean something here. She said she'd never heard our name other than Delaney. It's fine, some people are new to to the crossing. I suggested maybe she go out and meet some folks, and maybe she might hear some more good things, or maybe even bad things. Who knows? But regardless, I'll just tell you in a formal manner, in a cordial manner, that came off very
The way he says cordial
disrespectful
is
towards
funny.
us, and it was not the impression that was given to Vito. Obviously, you come across a very well presented man, a very well spoken individual, respectful, and not to necessarily paint her as a bad person, or maybe she's not representing you. You said yourself she's spirited, but the way it came across is that she was telling us how things are gonna be, and that we had to get on board, and that came across the wrong way. That's all.
That's the kind of character
She
she
said
is,
that
and
the crossing
good
was
for
like
her
a
for sticking
pond,
to her
and
guns.
you saw an opportunity.
We haven't really interacted with this.
I
that
refer
much.
to you as the organization, the group. You saw an opportunity, a fish bobbing on the water, or whatever, and you just had to strike. And yeah, that the courtesy was that she was informing us. And of course, with your conversation with Vito here, we thought it was made clear at least that the blessing was required from everyone. Not just Vito. But she said she got you guys got Vito's permission, and that you were moving in. But not to keep retreading the same ground here, but it just came off very disrespectful. And,
It might, dude. I don't know.
I understand why you apologized. I'll just say that.
I understand. Yes, the intention, of course. That's why I left a note on your doorstep. And also to speak to Carlo as well.
So frustrating.
It wasn't any sort of courtesy call, but I wanted to make an introduction because I know that none of you know me. Or of course, my ideals. So I wanted to, of course, get the blessing and to make this introduction a formal one. I just think that timing and schedule was not on our side.
Mm-hmm.
No. So, the way it came across from Thistle's point of view was that she didn't care for our blessing or not. It was happening. Not a scheduling issue or, misunderstanding. It simply is what it is.
You heard it from me, and that was all it took.
We are moving in. It's done. She even said you had more plans for the city and, more business ideas that you were going to implement when the time was right. And, when I asked, she said, oh, all in good time. Wink, wink.
I honestly think it's a good thing that Jin is here by
Just want to
himself.
clear that up. And I'm just curious. I'm just curious.
She does that right there a lot.
I'm just curious if that's your take as well.
No.
That it's done.
No.
No?
Not at all.
Because you see, before we had the meeting, she said that
he's willing
felt
to
very
be
confident that she could represent the
he's
entire
confident in
group's,
himself.
Feelings, confidently.
I will say this. Thistle is young. Still running. But there is a reason why I came here on my own.
He's really on the hot seat and showing how well he handles it.
At the end of the day, I am the leader. There are times I want to empower her. And whoever may come under my umbrella, I will empower them as well. Because there are times that I cannot be around. But from what you are saying, Sergio, that some re-education is in order.
Well, it's internal,
It's up to you. It's
up to you.
What you think is to happen with it. All we can tell you is what was said to us and how it came across.
And they.
Again, I apologize.
I correct me if I'm wrong. Was there something else that she had said? Or
prompt me.
With an iron fist?
That's right.
That's it, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. So
Iron Fist?
Yeah, so basically, to retread, the same ground about the disrespect. It just felt like, sometimes you can tell when someone's talking down to you. Sometimes you can tell when someone's looking down the nose at you, and this just felt like one of them moments. She said that she'd heard a lot about us from Delaney, and that was our only real point of reference for the DiCenzo name, and that she'd heard that we rule the city with an iron fist, that the DiCenzos, the Catalanos, and that the Barlettis rule the city with an iron fist, and that all businesses must come through us, and if not, pay up, type of thing. And she prefaced it in a way that she said it like this. She said, "That's just lies from Delaney, right? We don't need to have this permission, this courtesy.
She's not
It's just
wrong.
Delaney lying, right?" That's just kind of the way it came across, and it was very. I'll be honest with you, it could have turned any way at that point. The meeting could have gone a whole different direction.
I mean,
but
I see.
I don't think
But of
like if
course,
somebody new
she
comes
made it
into
very
the
clear
city and
that
wants
she
to
was
start up
just
their own
representing
business, like
your group's
nobody's going to
intentions.
stop them
She
from
wasn't
doing that. I
leader.
think the
She was
biggest
just
issue
representing.
here
So
is just that
I'm
like
glad we're talking.
the circumstance of who it
you're
is
apologizing.
and the recent events of
Because
the
that's
past
clearly
month
not what you're saying.
just
No,
make it
those are not our intentions.
very
beliefs.
uncomfortable.
I will say Delaney did vilify all of you. But after speaking with Vito and speaking to you all now, honestly, that is all unfounded. I've begun to understand that, well, Delaney had crossed a line.
Yeah.
And it seems, well, that is just something he has experienced. I have talked to others in the crossing, and most of them do business with you all. That is what I've begun to build my understanding on. That in this meeting.
Yes, and there's
It's-
other businesses in the city actually flourish as well. Not just ours.
I think that I could speak for everybody here when I say that everyone seated here has the best intentions for Saint Denis, and we would love for nothing more than businesses to be flourishing and bringing in people into the city, boosting the economy here, introducing new relationships, new friendships, and overall improving life in Saint Denis. That is, at the end of the day, probably a priority of everyone. So, I want to make it very clear that we are all pro business here, if there wasn't already.
And that business always runs smoother when people are on the same page for that business. For the most part, that and other problems that may occur.
He's good on ice right now. I think I have like 4 stacks.
It's always a positive.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Is there another question you used to ask?
Are you asking me if there's another question I need to ask?
Or is there something on your mind?
I suppose I'm wondering mainly why it was so quick. Why not 7 days ago or around that people in the city were getting hurt and businesses were being messed with, property vandalized. Why is it so sudden, so quick that you seem to want to plant your feet here in Saint Denis and strike up not only the gun store but more intended businesses, not only here but in Strawberry? Like, it's it's just so sudden, you know.
What do you believe?
I don't know what to make of it.
Hmm.
I don't know what to think. Perhaps the way Thistle put it is that we here in Saint Denis, or at least I think she was more referring to the DiCenzos. We take things a bit slower, right? We are a little more,
Methodical.
slower with our methods,
Hmm.
and that you guys need to do things fast because you just got that fire on these. That's the way she put it, and I'm curious why. Why the immediate depart from Delaney, and then why immediately do you want to set up in Saint Denis in the gun store?
The parting with Delaney, it wasn't as quick as you think. I was mulling it over for a while.
This talk has been over an
It
hour now.
honestly began to happen after when I shot your brother. During the situation, when it happened, not only was he afraid to do anything,
It's fucking Santa Claus. James, thank
he
you.
began to move us like pawns. And when the deed happened, he ran away without the rest of us. It was us left by ourselves in that moment. A lawman ran up, began to ask what happened. I told him self-defense. Then I told everyone else to mount up, and we left. Delaney was around the corner. Before I even got on my horse. That is when it really began to break down. Then from then on, I had questioned him again about his past. All he could do was really blame you, the DiCenzos, every one of you over and over again, about the death of his wife and other things. It was clear to see that he was, blinded.
What? Death of his wife?
Yes.
He
He
blames
wasn't
us for
even
the
here when she died.
he blames us for the death of his wife.
Blamed you for everything.
She died to wolves, didn't she?
Do you have
She's-
wolves in your ranks?
It must have been Italian.
She was
wolves.
a fucking chew toy for some timber wolves.
Blames. Jeez.
Good lord,
Dude, I forgot Kitty was
I
his fucking
personally,
wife, dude.
I would argue that not many know the Delaney quite like I do. I've witnessed that man from 3 years ago or however long. I've witnessed every aspect that man has to offer. Every lie, every deceit, every fucking
She never told us a fucking word about
every rock
him.
on turn that motherfucker's there. And I can see why he'd blame us for all his problems, because he always seems to want to come at us. I will tell you right now, I have never sought Delaney out from the start. Never once have I gone out my way to strike up an issue with Delaney, ever. He's always the first to initiate a problem. We are always the last to strike the nail in the coffin. But to hear about that shit from his wife is forgive me, slightly comical. But regardless,
What I find funny about that is he blames us, yet he wasn't around for it. And as far as I knew, they weren't even with each other anymore by that time.
she hated his guts towards the end. Yeah,
They certainly were not.
Exactly. And if what Sergio here says, right, at the moment you weren't there. They're just words. Well, here's a part where you were there and you were a part of it. when the whole thing happened, when he sparked this whole conflict together, when he started telling people who had just shown up all your business, I guess in the end, after what Josie told you all, yes, you were correct. And assuming that he was giving me that information, he was Luca. Now, like we had told you before, just to preface it once again, because I guess Delaney has it in his mind that we planted him there day one, and that is not the way it happened. The way that happened was Delaney tried to play that kid for a fool, tried to get him to come after us over something that didn't concern Delaney whatsoever. He saw him walk in and thought he was his golden ticket
So bad.
to have a problem with us. He used that kid to his advantage in so many different ways. Starting by telling him that we murdered his brother in cold blood, and that from then on he
Look,
kept
we
pushing him to try
overplayed
and
the
talk to us
audio.
and to get a sense, to get a real reason
hour
to
long.
come after us. And you know what? The kid took his advice. He came and talked to us. He just didn't tell Delaney about it. But we told him the truth. We told him what happened. He told us a few things about what Delaney had been saying about myself and others in this room, and what his plans were. And I don't know, I find it very funny that Delaney telling this guy all so much and his big plans, and then all of a sudden it was the kid who was
A lot of this shit
being
isn't
the one
important for this
pushing this war,
conversation.
pushing this
Like, we've been
what's the
talking
word
about
I'm looking for here?
shit that like we don't need to talk about.
Pushed, conflict. I don't know, I don't really believe much of that. I quite frankly, I believe this was Delaney and his vengeance, his want of vengeance, or revenge, whatever you want to call it, because I don't know. I don't know why he'd call it that anyway, because
He's going on a bit of a tangent.
he anything that has been done to him is on his account. It's his fault. And I'm sure you've come to learn that by now. So I just find it funny that he goes around and tells people all these things, but I don't know. I guess it's just a part of his tactics, to make himself look better to people that could potentially help him. I suppose it's the only thing I could think of, because otherwise the guy's batshit crazy. Which also isn't fetched either.
But I will say, despite all of it, and whatever part that Delaney played, my hands are still stained, and I will not lie about that.
Right.
Going off. Oh, go on, Vidal.
I was gonna say it was the one part I did forget. The whole point of why I brought that up. The proof of showing why he provokes all of these problems. But before the kid had even shown up, I've got no doubt he was talking about how he wanted to deal with us. He had such a big problem with me and others in this room. I mean, I can't confirm that, but it's a safe assumption. Well, actually, matter of fact, could you confirm that before he even showed up was his problem with us?
It was.
Exactly. So, with that being said, he comes in, pushes this narrative to this kid.
Is he going to
tries to
bed?
get him to
That'd be funny if he
choose
was.
this, act like the kid. He's got a problem with us.
Is he gonna
He
see
did the
this
same thing to
food?
you all, I presume, to an extent, of making this like we're your enemy, like this is your war. And in the end, he sparks it. He starts it. this all only happened because of Delaney. And like was said before, the reason I came after you all was not because of what happened to Luca. The reason I came after you all is because after that, he was dumped at my doorstep. He was dumped there. Listen, that he is at war with Vito, and
He's
that,
cutting out a little bit.
you know, to be ready and watch out for things to come. I didn't even wake up and see the kid at my doorstep before he's going around telling people that we're at war. So if
I mean,
that's
to
not
be
proof
fair,
right
if
there
you
to
have a
show
mole
you
in
that,
a like,
that he wanted this to happen. He wanted to start this. He started this. I don't know what is, because
it
all it
is
would have
definitely
taken was a
grounds
telegram.
for war.
That's all it would have taken. He's going to tell people that we're at war and that he plans to kill me. I mean, you know, I don't know about you, but I can't presume if you were in my position, you
Whether
would just sit
he
there
was
and wait
sent by
until
Vito or
somebody comes
not,
to your
it
doorstep to
doesn't
shoot
really
you
matter
next.
at that
Of
point.
course not. I would ride out and take care of it.
Exactly. That's what I did.
And going off what Vito said, we all know Delaney's plan about trashing the Bastille, correct, and blaming it on Vito. You are aware of that, Jen? Is that correct?
Trashing the. I'm sorry, is it trashing what again? And then doing what?
The plan
Trash.
was he was going to have Luca pretend to be Vito, approach some folks to tarnish the Bastille, frame it as if Vito was the one who hired them to do that, and then pit us against each other.
Oh, yes.
Now, was that a test, or was that his actual plan?
That was his actual plan.
Now,
Surprise, surprise.
Now, I find this interesting because Mr. Barletti,
I think Cassie
correct me if I'm wrong,
lied about that.
we spoke to Cassie and she told us that it was a test. Am I wrong, Mr. Barletti?
Bro,
Shall I clear that up?
hey, please, and then I think we can move this conversation forward.
Yes, that was a lie created by Delaney. We, at that time, were all, well, ready to, well, we were on the wagon, for lack of a better word. And, I will say this, you will notice that, Cassie was nowhere to be found for a very long time there during the conflict.
Indeed.
She left. She did not agree. She wanted to get out of it.
So you're telling me that there really was Delaney's lipstick all over the walls saying fuck Luca?
There was lipstick? What do you mean?
It was, I don't know, there was lipstick all over the walls that said fuck Luca. Some red lipstick. I always thought it was hers.
I believe.
But I guess it was Delaney's. That was Delaney's lipstick.
We were all locked in the conflict, but I do know that Luca did kill her horse.
Okay.
Yeah, she did seem very upset about that part.
She loved that fucking horse.
Right. Wait, what? So she was there then when that all happened?
I assume so. I was not. I don't know.
Right. Well, maybe it's worth another conversation with her, perhaps. I don't know.
Wait.
Maybe we just kick it under the rug.
Well, I want to speak about that. And honestly, I know that a lot of transgressions had happened during the conflict. And I do aim to protect them. So I am willing to pay that penance. For them. All of them. Except Delaney, of course.
you have anything in mind in particular?
Not really.
All right, well, I know, Carlo, you said you were speaking of moving the conversation along. Is there any other points you wanted to bring up?
Well, I'd like to start looking forward towards the future. How
Right.
things will be going from now on.
Well, then, with that being said, I think we've got ourselves just a bit of a chat we've got to have here, Mr. Lee. Just a minute.
Want me to step away?
You don't mind.
I do have
Yeah,
one
just-
question before you do. I apologize.
Please.
Say, for instance, well, you were in the city doing the gun store thing. We all know with how the conflict turned out with the Catalanos here that each member of your group, if you can even call it that, at this point is not above breaking the law, doing things in the shadows, if you will.
God, I hate when people
I'd
say
just
that.
like to ask,
So cringy.
what intentions do you have in the illicit, market? If you were to start working here in the city.
I know that as far as Cassie and
People
Sean
talk
go,
about in the shadow.
they are fully
I hate that.
civilians. I believe they were dragged into that and they did what they had to do, or else they felt what they needed to do. As for me, I am no stranger to, as I said, blood, war, illegal activities. That is not above me. Although I do want to make this legitimate as much as possible, but if I am needed at times, I do not mind. If that is what you're asking.
So if you were to be operating out of the gun store, you would your only business would be in firearms.
To start, to firearms, I would hope to maybe possibly move to other, maybe illegal goods, possible.
Do you have anything in mind in particular at this time?
Because, we've been long standing and, if this all does go well, who knows what business we can strike up.
Gems, things coming out of banks, maybe even some rare firearms. I was also looking to actually possibly have a gunsmith, one who's a true artiste, to make custom pieces as well. And who knows, maybe opium.
Oh, that was not a good answer.
A lot of plans for a lot of plans for someone who's expecting a legal business. Mainly, as you said just a moment ago.
Yes, but all in due time. I
Is
hope
this
to make
the
things.
are these, sorry to interrupt you, are these the plans that Thistle was referring to? Perhaps.
To be honest, Carlo doesn't really care.
I will say this: that she doesn't
I know that they will.
all the inner machinations of my mind.
Carlo doesn't love it, but
As of
he's
right
not
now,
entirely opposed to it.
as far as she knows, it's
All he
just
cares about is money.
business as usual. Things in Strawberry, things like that. But I want to build a legal front first before moving on to any other underhanded things.
Sure, smart. What do you think she was referring to then when she said other business
If it
ideas
became a
inside
problem in
Probably
the city,
expansion.
then he would have an issue with it.
But
into
even other places, maybe Valentine, other types of business. There are markets that seem to be available, possibly. So we're looking at those as well. But this, from how, was more than likely lofty talk.
The thing with Carlo is he's very patient. He likes to
last
let
question. That was it.
things
I'm all done.
run in their course. All right. Well, then perhaps we should.
Yeah, she said we got plans in Strawberry. She said she was under the assumption that would be the bulk of the business. Your guys' operations would be in Strawberry. At least that was my understanding, and that they had plans, obviously, for the gun store. Well, it was already in. That's the way she put it. But she had further ideas and plans for further business
Carlo
in
likes to let things
Saint
run their
Denis.
course a little bit before he
As far as that, I
has
am not
to
too sure.
take any
To
action.
me, the gun store and honestly, Saint Denis is more my endeavor. As far as the others, they are happy in Strawberry. But I do know that if I want to make this truly a place, an empire,
I'm
my
not gonna
empire,
ask why Saint Denis. I think
Saint Denis would be the
we
place
know.
to do it.
I think we know why. All right. Is Vito talking?
Of course, as I said, she will be re-educated.
Vito, if you don't mind just speaking up a little bit, please.
Oh yeah, sorry. That was all I had.
Shall I step away?
No, I believe so. Yeah, I think we're all.
Yeah, I think we're good now, and
Appreciate
I'll
it.
let you know here in just a minute.
All right.
Call
Thank
you
you.
back up. Fellas,
I can't really hear you.
Food.
stretch your legs. Stand up. We'll chat, finish this.
Gotta smoke
like
so many cigars.
The I don't know, the offer that was given to him about bringing Delaney. I think maybe that's no longer an offer. Maybe it's a
Yeah.
requirement.
I mean, do we even know if that's still a possibility?
I mean, no, but I don't know. It's hard to tell. If I had to judge by last time, probably. But he also wasn't doing too hot.
Right. Well, then maybe we should come up with an alternative if that is not an option.
It's still worth to ask their current feelings on Delaney, though.
I
Well,
thought I
I mean-
kind of did that when I asked him if, everybody else shared the same opinions as he mentioned. But I mean, if we want more clarification, I'm not opposed to it.
What more clarification would you require?
I was gonna say in the most respectful way possible, sort of not really. I don't really give a fuck about what their feelings are about him. They either like him and want to save him, or don't like him and want him to get fucked. And
Yeah.
and well, it better be the latter. Otherwise, that's it.
Okay,
I mean-
I'll tell you where my mind's at. Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
So, in terms of what you're talking about, like them bringing you Delaney, right? And that will be like they're kind of in that grants the blessing, right?
Well, I mean, we tell them that that's what they're doing, but really they're bringing him to us, and then they're dealing with him while we're there.
Right.
That would be that's the true plan.
Sure, but that would, in your mind, guarantee that they're not working for him, right? And
I mean,
secondly,
yeah.
That's if he's alive still.
Yeah.
And secondly, that would be their kind of price to pay, their deal that has to be done. Sorry, the deed that has to be done for you to grant their blessing, right?
I mean, it's hard to say. I mean, what else should I ask from him?
I don't know, to
Maybe
be fair, he
we.
has been very open. He's told us quite a bit of information.
Yeah.
I mean, he's been. I mean, as far as we could tell, he's been very honest. But I don't know. Maybe we.
The other thing that I would want to ask of him is, that if we have people who are interested in the gun business, that they do not try to shut that down, right? They're open to sharing the place.
Yeah, I'm
So-
sure that he'd be fine with that.
We did say he's looking for a gunsmith who can do some nice designs and etching.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, well,
So
there's
that's
an
a good way to
opening
get
for
in.
And I also
opening
have
for
the
it right there.
I also have the feeling that he's looking for somebody full time, as far as exclusive employment. But maybe
I mean,
not. Who knows?
having a gunsmith who's just a gunsmith, and then having a gunsmith who also works for you. Why not? And he's got 2 of them that can be there at different times. It's
Yeah.
good for the business anyway. I don't think you'll have an issue with that. Always worth an ask. I don't know. The way he was talking, the question that you asked him that perked his interest. I think maybe, I don't know. We have a one retainer in a sense for a little while.
What do you mean by that?
Have him, I don't know, deal with shit unpaid for a little while,
And it's not a bad idea.
or I mean, I know you were saying before a flat fee. That's
No, so
risky business.
I didn't. When I brought that up, I didn't mean it had to be anything financial. To be honest, I would prefer it wasn't. Something to show that he's willing to make up for past sins. I guess is kind of what I was alluding to. Whether that's something tangible or not. Dealing with issues, like you said, might be a good way. I just want to make it clear. I didn't mean any kind of financial extortion or anything like that.
All right, that's fine.
Maybe he can rob Delaney of all his gems.
Good luck.
Yeah, those are. Yeah, nobody will
Well,
ever get those.
The thing is, if Delaney was willing to throw him under the bus, I do. And if he was
He said bus.
trying to do anything with Delaney, it wouldn't be a mutual meeting.
Well,
That's how I see it, anyways.
Right,
Yeah,
but
they're on bad
Delaney, you
terms.
got to remember, Delaney is a rat fuck who would say whatever he can to save his skin. So maybe they talk again, and he goes, "Oh, I was just saying that," or "Oh, I didn't say that. He's lying to you." Those fucking Italians.
That's something
Right.
Delaney will say. Yeah, he'll rat through, or he'll lie through his fucking teeth.
Before we get on to what is the future looking like for him, I'd feel wrong if I didn't say this. I was not satisfied with any of his questions.
Wow.
I'm sorry, his answers to at least to my questions. I never really got a full answer to most of the things I asked. I'll give him this. He's very good at misdirecting. I'm still pretty strong on my stance that their intentions as a group are what Thistle presented to me, and that he is simply the well-spoken, good
politician.
face. Very good at it. I'll give him that. But I didn't. My questions were not answered once. Apart from maybe at the end where I asked him what is explicit, I had to really grasp it out of him. You'll see. If I would have just not picked and figured out exactly what he was into, he's very good at that. So my current opinion of him is them as a group are planning to do shit. He's talking about an empire. We are the face of the city. I would like to retain our strength, our power over the city. Inviting them in is dangerous. Like taking bricks out your fucking house.
Just put a leash.
Yeah. I was talking about Taipan too. Imagine trying to put a leash on
Yeah.
Taipan.
That's what worried me too. And when he mentioned hiring a gunsmith to do pretty guns, there's already a former Taipan out there doing that. I don't know if y'all met her.
Ayo.
Exactly. And she admitted to me that she used to be a Taipan spy. I don't know why the hell anybody would ever admit to such a thing. But I had my eyes on her sideways a little bit.
See, Carlo had a good
Well,
good relationship with Mr.
Didn't
Way.
you say
so.
that there was something there with her that you heard?
Yeah. I mean, she's doing business out west. I thought that she might have been somebody who was. She talked to them. I know that for a fact. That I think
Mm.
they were probably just trying to do business together. Was how it was portrayed to me. So I mean, as far as I know, she don't got nobody she rides with. So I doubt she was gonna be able to help him much with like any kind of actual conflict. But I think that they were definitely doing business or attempting to do business together.
I think this can be talked about afterwards.
Yeah.
But I'll just say one last time. My opinion of them as a group is they're here to set roots, and they're here to expand for certain. Uh, we can't stop them from moving into the city if they want. We have methods to prevent it in other ways, but Sophia, would you disagree with me in saying that I personally, like as the DiCenzo representative, would not give the blessing?
No, I think that is fair to say. It is, first of all, far too soon. I mean, these people were shooting at you guys last week. There's some red flags here, so I would say that that would be a correct stance for us.
But I don't want to outright say no and give him the
We're in such a pickle,
the
man.
inclination that we're disagreeing here. So, what do you gentlemen think? Where are your minds at with like without my opinion in this?
I mean, we try to get him for all that we can in that sense. Obviously, him bringing him, dealing with him, doing business for us, doing things for us, whatever else that we could find necessary. I would think because we at least he can't say we didn't give him that option. You know,
Of course.
granted, it'd be a hard option, right? Nobody said it'd be easy,
Mm.
but he can't say we didn't give him an option.
Fair.
Yeah, I think that's pretty fair. I mean, look, I've never really been in the business of kicking people out of towns. I know that there's been a history of that happening. It's never been a position that I've been in before. I doubt that they would. I mean, obviously, take that enjoyably. Um, it could lead to more issues down the road, but it could also lead to more issues down the road. Them opening up shop, free of consequence.
I think right now, if we're all on the same page, present as a united front right now. Give the blessing. Keep a fucking close eye on them.
Yeah.
Like I mean, hawk's eyes. Like getting good and talk to him about the daily activities type thing. Like I want to know what's going on. We should all be aware what their plans are. But friendly faces.
So what you're saying is basically give him a blessing without a blessing.
Give them a blessing, but in the back of our minds, we're all fucking.
We all know what's going on here.
We all know what's going on. But we do want business to thrive in the city. We can all agree that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And they could bring that. They
It
could. But it will be for their own designs, as most businesses are.
Mhm.
It's just everything else that comes with it that irks us. But we can be vigilant. We can be smart. And we can mold this to our advantage. What do you say?
So, I guess the things that we would ask of him are clarity about his business, what he's involving himself in, up front, to all three families, and potential favors that he might be able to do for us upon request.
Yeah.
Sure, that'd be more you
And,
guys than us, I think. But
Right.
I'm happy with that. He's done more to use. Absolutely.
And then I think if come the push comes to shove, Delaney's alive. He's got to do that.
Yeah, I agree.
That'll be your thing to tie up with him. Absolutely. But if you want to do that, by all means.
Gives us the time of having to go out and look for him. He finds him. We go. We make sure it's dealt with them entirely. I mean, like Parley said, that really would solidify it. I mean, and like I had said before, it's hard to shoot somebody in or stab somebody and then go back and be friends with them. It's I've never seen it happen.
Right.
All right. Well, then I think it's settled.
Right, I'll go grab
Fantastic.
him. Then I'm gonna go to bed.
Yeah.
Yes.
Good talk, though.
Long one.
Wasn't it
Yeah.
up to
Hold
They
me
always
fucking
are when we
pissed
come
for an
down
hour.
here.
It's
I need to
needed.
get a drink.
Yeah.
All right, Jin. So, here's kind of where our thoughts are at. We're okay with you moving into the gun store as long as you agree to a few things. Clarity about your business, your endeavors, up front with us. You happen to dip your toes into other industries, we'd like to know about it. Alongside of that, in regards to resolving some of our past problems, we would like you, if it is still possible, to deliver Mr. Delaney to us.
Where was he last seen?
In a shed, bleeding. Potential that it might not be possible for you.
That's why we say if possible.
I see.
That may yet to be determined. Finally, to go alongside of that and a way to atone for some past sins, a few favors might be in order that we don't exactly have anything in mind right now. I don't think it'll be anything particularly unreasonable to ask of you. But we feel that there are some favors in the future that we may ask of you, and we would expect those to be accepted accordingly.
I understand.
I would like to, just so everyone's on the same page. I represent the Famiglia di Cenzo. And in terms of your favors or your tasks required, for us, you don't do anything. You are, and your group, everyone gets one. That is our policy. That is our words we live by. You are, as Thistle said, new to the course, and everyone gets one. So in terms of us, you have a blessing going to the gun store. But what you may owe to the other families, and what you have done on that regard, is up to them.
You mind just speaking up, Vito, if you're talking?
Yeah, I'm talking. Here it is. Well, like I told you before, clearing things up, coming to an agreement. We are in agreement. He's laid out to yourself as representing my family, Catalano Familia. You got our blessing to move in.
she's here. To all. Thank you.
You have any other questions for us, Mr. Lake?
No, I just want to leave with imparting a few things. Just
Very well.
that to make things just clear. Most of the endeavors in the Saint Denis will, of course, be most of my own. Also, the favors that you ask, I wish be asked only unto myself. Cassie and Sean, I want them to be alleviated as they want to live in Strawberry and not be here in Saint Denis. But, as I said, all the favors and everything be unto me alone.
I think that's fair as long as it's a reflection upon whoever may come into your employment in the future as well, seeing as how they are a reflection of yourself.
It will be. Other than that, as I said, thank you. I will take my leave.
Wonderful.
Buona fortuna.
Jolly good.
He said jolly
Fare
good.
casate.
Sorry, Guido.
Sorry, yeah, no, it's nothing.
All right. Well, suppose now it's up to Father Time to run his course.
That was a one long conversation.
It's definitely bedtime.
Where's my coat?
I don't know. All right. Take it easy, folks.
Right.
Later.
I hope you didn't mind some of the questions I asked, but I figured they needed to be asked.
Yeah, it's all right.
I'm glad, though, we finally figured out that it wasn't a test.
Yeah. I'm thrilled about Cassie lying about that shit.
And the explanation of it didn't make sense because Cassie was with Delaney the whole time, no.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm kind of sick of fucking worrying about it.
Man, when he started talking about his fucking history with the people, and don't even.
Oh, what do you...
Also, what you said about Delaney leaving earlier than the rest of them did when they shot Nico, was that true?
I'm not really sure. I mean, the law showed up before we saw what was going on, so...
From what I remember, I thought they rode out at the same time.
I did too, but... It was all kind of a blur. I mean, I guess maybe somebody did go ahead, and then few of them lingered for another maybe 10, 20 seconds, and then took off. Hard to say. Because Nico did say that he was attacked by a full group of 6, right? And we only saw 5 there.
Yeah, I believe so. But the thing is, you spotted Delaney when we spotted him, if I remember correctly.
No, I mean... I just kind of assumed.
Nah. But like I was saying, biggest thing for me was finding out the whole bullshit with trashing the Bastille wasn't a test, and the reasoning he gave, for making up his mind, for the desire he had was strange.
Yeah, some people believe in that shit.
And then him going to war with Laney because Laney helped him. That was a little iffy to me as well, but I think Sergio was right when he said kind of avoided everything.
Yeah. Let time run its course. Fucks up, there's consequences, you know? Time will tell. Users.
No, you won't be excused. What the fuck?
Very rude,
Hey,
ladies.
someone watch this for me. I need to write a telegram.
What do you mean this? You ain't telling me about this. Shit, sunshine.
Today Tuesday? God damn.
Thank
It's fucking telegram. Fuck it. I'm not doing it today. I'm doing it tomorrow. I don't care.
Thank God.
Hey, sunshine.
Yeah.
If you decided to write him today, I would have left.
You might want to stop writing.
It has to happen tomorrow, though. I have to do it.
And B wanted me to let everyone know that Lydia is hosting some sort of event on the 19th.
Yeah, they're Garden of Eden. They got something going on.
It's some Halloween event.
Yeah, I heard about it. I forgot about it, and I'll forget about it again, but I did hear about it.
And she nutted all of us. I don't know how well it's gonna go if Angela's there.
Was it supposed to? Oh, why? Because of them?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
whatever.
it's brother.
I mean, they're opening the restaurant. It's not gonna be like a small group.
I guess
It's not like they're gonna be together the entire time. She's gonna be working.
it's gonna be awkward, that's all I'm saying.
Well, whatever. Ain't like he's had fucking awkward relationships that have ended before.
You know, I want to see how this is all going to pan out because Posey and B work for Lydia.
Yeah,
And
and
he
Angelo's
broke
got
up
the
with
hots
Lydia.
for Posey. Dude, talk about a douchebag.
I know.
Speaking of, I think I just seen Posey run up the street.
Did I tell you B also sent me a thank you letter now?
Yeah, what did she say?
It's the same thing.
What was she thanking you for?
About thank you for looking out for us, basically what Posey said.
Be careful there.
Thing is, we all went looking out on that night. Remember when they were
Yeah.
confronted?
Yeah.
And then the whole Lydia, she included that as well. Yeah, but like I was saying, I'm invested to see how this all pans out. With Angela. I'm telling you, he's going to end up in a fight.
I've never seen Lydia pissed off before.
I mean, think about it. He breaks up with her and then dates one
He
of her employees.
better get that painting the fuck out of that apartment.
I don't know why that is
The fact that he hasn't paid rent, I mean,
Look,
this guy,
it's
talk
500
about me
compared
being a
to
fucking
4
penny pincher.
grand.
That guy's a fucking cheapskate.
Oh, it's
There you are. Jesus Christ. Took too fucking long.
Welcome back, Mr. Barletti.
How we doing?
Yeah, we're doing well.
What was that laugh when you walked in, huh?
I had
Oh,
the
we were
sneeze.
just
Yeah, okay. Both of you had the sneeze. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The chilling
allergies,
here.
you know.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, we still waiting.
Absolutely.
I take it we're gonna need to talk.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Thought you were going to bed.
Yeah, it was until somebody showed up.
Oh.
Crazy. You're fucking crazy.
Oh, God.
Now you receive a thank you letter as well, Angelo.
What was that about? You never told me. What's she saying thank you for, huh?
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, okay, alright.
You should scoot.
Is that Miss Sam back there?
Hi, how are you?
Good to see you, sweetheart. It's been a while.
Yeah, sorry, I was out of state for a little bit.
No worries. No worries. Caught here.
Posey and B had a friend with them that's looking for work. Her name's Constance.
Oh yeah, they told me about her. Are they around?
Yeah, they come. They
They'll
just
be
went
back.
to Emerald to do the delivery. They're coming back afterwards.
How long ago?
Like 10 minutes ago.
Yeah.
They'll be back
Okay.
soon.
It's way past my bedtime, so.
I mean, if we go have this conversation, they'll probably be back when
Alright.
when
Over
we
here.
get done. Alright. I'll be back in a second, Ed.
Before we start, we need to get that painting out of that apartment.
Yeah.
Hey, we'll worry about that after. I want to know what the fuck this meeting was about. Well, I know what it's about, but what was said in it.
All right.
Have a good night, Mr. Billy.
Take it easy, sweetheart. We've given him the blessing on the account that he does three things. Very open about his business that he involves himself in. He brings Delaney. He delivers Delaney to us, if possible. And he owes us a few favors that have yet to be determined.
Okay. And what is it, like one favor for each group?
It wasn't specified.
Okay. I don't see. I'm gonna be honest with you. If Delaney has nobody with him, he's not a fucking threat to us.
Hey, it was Vito. It's up to Vito. To be honest, I don't really care.
I mean, we done what we wanted to do.
That was what Vito wanted. So fuck it. I don't give a shit.
We've done what we wanted to do with Delaney. So
Yeah, I mean,
as far as I'm concerned, he's no longer a threat
left
to
him
me.
for fucking dead. So
Yeah.
I don't see what else there is to do. If he wants to do more, then that's up to him. They can deliver Delaney to him. Give a shit.
I guess he just wants to fucking carry on hitting until he's fucking gone for good.
Yeah, like I said, I don't really give a shit. That was
Right.
something that we all agreed upon. You know, that was part of the trifecta arrangement.
Well, I mean, I know what he wants to have him do. He's gonna have Jin fucking. He's gonna tell him to shoot him. That's what he said to us yesterday, if you remember.
Yeah.
That's his plan.
Yeah. Well,
So.
it's to prove that they're not.
Yeah, I
still
know.
in cahoots. So I mean, I understand it.
Mm-hmm.
I do. I would like to see that happen if possible. No,
Yeah, we'll see.
I really don't give a shit for nothing unless we got him within arm's reach.
Yep.
He was very open about the fact that he has interest in creating his own empire.
What?
Yeah, wants to leave a legacy. words.
When you say empire, you mean like a organization?
No, just like, he wants to be successful. He wants to be remembered. He has desires.
Right.
So, I
One
mean,
thing,
he's honest about it.
one thing that we did find out was that whole plan about crashing the Bastille and blaming it on Vito wasn't actually a plan.
Hello,
I mean,
thank
it wasn't
you, brother.
actually a test to
Welcome, everyone.
find out if Luco was the so-called rat, rather it was Delaney's actual plan. Jin
Yeah.
admitted to it. And I bring this up because we talked to Cassie about a day or two ago, and she told us it was a test.
Yeah.
Yeah, to be honest with you, you heard my opinion on that when we talked about it last time. Even if it was a test, I don't like the fact that they used it.
It don't fucking matter.
I
It was
bring it up.
bullshit.
Delaney got what he deserved. So,
Yeah.
if they want to make foolproof that, Jin ain't in cahoots, then so be it. I'm fine with that, and go from there.
Yeah,
The only
Ripkey, what's up, brother?
reason I bring it up is because Cassie said something else, so I'm glad that at least about that we finally know the actual truth.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay. Anything else?
His story about fighting for Delaney, I wasn't the biggest fan of. It was pretty much that Delaney did him a favor or helped him out, so he decided to go fight a war for him against a group of individuals that he'd never met. Didn't sit right with me, but what can you do?
He verified they were in business with. They were in conversation with Thomas Logan and the other one.
Silverlight.
Oh, they didn't say that one.
Thomas Logan, that Carter feller.
Carter and fuck. What was the last one?
I'm blanking as well. There was one more though.
Shit.
I mean, if you don't remember, it probably wasn't that important.
No. Yeah, not really. Oh, Bedlam.
That's
So,
right,
okay,
Bedlam.
fucking nobody's then.
I
To us,
I
anyway.
wouldn't call them nobodies.
I never see them around. So
There is
They're
a
awake
decent
early.
amount of them.
They have a big room. Yeah, appreciate it, dude. Thank you for the raid. There was something else I was going to say, but I don't remember. Oh, yes. Technically, the only people who are employed by him are Thistle. I think that's it.
And
Yeah, dude,
Sean,
you were up
I
way
believe.
fucking late, man.
No, you're right. It is the soul.
Sean and Cassie are gonna go do their own thing in Strawberry, apparently. They're all just friends. The only people actually invested in a gun store are Thistle and Inley.
you just said Sean and Thistle are gonna go do something.
Sean and Cassie.
Strawberry. Oh.
Thing is, he says that, but then he says, I'm the leader. The leader of what? One person?
Well, I mean, look, I don't have a problem with him starting up a business. Sure, he's in charge. Back when it was just me and Goggles, I was a leader.
Guess so.
I don't have an issue with that. But yeah, that's kind of how it went. It's a skinny. There was a lot of fucking tangents that we went on, and that conversation could have been half as long.
I was gonna say, he was in there for like 2 hours.
Fucking hour, yeah, 2 hours, yeah, hour and a half, yeah.
That was one long conversation.
It's like a racehorse.
I feel patty in what happened yesterday. Fucking, he fell asleep halfway through it, but I told him most of the details. So, he's aware about most of it.
Yeah.
There was a bunch of gunshots at the doctor's office earlier.
How long ago?
Oh, like an hour ago.
All right.
I was gonna come down and tell everybody because they went on for like a solid 10 minutes, but I couldn't fucking get out of the Bastille. That was locked down.
It was probably some kind of retrieval attempt.
Yeah, I mean there were no deputies there. There was I think it was just
2 gangs.
From what it looked like. Yeah, it
Were
looked
they
like
cowboys.
Well, Aiden said that he saw them earlier, and apparently they had somebody kidnapped, and then the same group came into town just when they were shooting. We just saw.
They didn't do nothing here.
No, they were at the doctor's office, but the medical.
But they were trying to kidnap people.
No, they weren't trying to kidnap Aiden. He said he seen them earlier today with somebody kidnapped. Is what I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
He seen them kidnap somebody earlier. The same people.
But not in the city.
Not I don't know. I didn't ask. He just said he saw them kidnap somebody.
Okay.
He's right over there, so. But
yeah.
It's useless because I don't even know who the fuck they were. They're all in black masks.
Okay.
No way to tell who the fuck they were. But there was a deputy that rode by and said, get indoors. Fucking rode up to him on his own, bold as shit. I don't know what the fuck he was planning, but I don't know how that went for him. Yeah.
He had to do that,
All right. Going back to the panic.
Yeah, you
pay
need to
the
get
damn
the fuck out of
500.
there. Yeah.
I mean,
where's all this coming from?
You're gonna regret it when she fucking changes the lock and that painting is gone.
I don't know why you don't realize that painting is worth
It's
thousands.
quadruple the value of fucking rent for a week.
Stop being a cheapskate.
You wanna know why I haven't got it out? Because I don't know where fucking to put it. You've been in a meeting for the last 2 hours.
Right, well, I'm here
and
right
both
now.
of us offered.
It's not a good excuse.
We offered yesterday and you brushed it off.
At least go check the fucking lock.
I did.
While we
Still
were
there.
talking?
Yeah. Still there. Still got my key.
The thing is, you don't know that could change tomorrow.
No, I do know because she sent me a telegram saying that she wants to talk, and I don't think she's gonna change the lock before we had that fucking conversation.
What else do you have in there?
Nothing.
Just the painting.
To my knowledge. I mean, I might have fucking the fucking forceps when I was doing the nitro shit, but a pickaxe maybe and an axe, but
no guns or nothing.
No, I don't buy guns. It's him.
Now I want my.
It's always good to have a stockpile.
Oh, by the way, Mr. Barletti.
Oh yeah, you need that shit, don't you?
Well,
I already gave it to him.
Apparently
Oh,
Adam
that's
had it.
right. Yeah,
But
that's what it was.
I think you gave me Sal's because Sal had basic ones. I had customized. You gave me Sal's.
No, she only gave us one pair, and she said it belonged to you, and that's what we gave you.
Okay, well she's fucking.
I mean, did we ever
scamming us?
Did we ever actually look at what they were?
I did when I was putting them away. They were just.
They were normal.
They were normal.
So they.
Well, then you're gonna have to send a telegram to Cassie.
And Bob, you have one of my auction guns, Angela. I need that.
You get it. You don't need it right now. Can't be bothered to get it out the fucking back.
See, this is why I want it, because you're gonna keep pushing it back, pushing
No,
it
I'm
back.
not.
Then just go down the street and go fucking do it right now.
I don't want to.
Why?
See what I mean? Same
Because I
shit
can't
with
be
the
bothered.
painting. Same shit with the
It
painting.
takes 2 minutes to walk down the fucking street.
Yeah. 2
Now,
minutes that
what
I
are you
can't be
doing
bothered
right
to
now?
do. Nothing. But I that's why I want to keep doing nothing.
Why are you being like this?
Because I want to keep doing nothing. I'm tired.
Then go to fucking bed.
So you
I've
won't.
been-
won't.
No.
I've been
Yeah.
having a nice conversation. The bar was actually packed where you've been
Oh,
having your
good.
meeting. It was packed, right? I was
Good.
socializing with people. I was socializing.
I don't understand why this is so hot.
I
I
was
don't either.
socializing.
I mean, is it outright Adams? Did you pay for it all by yourself?
I paid 500 for it at the Pavi
Yeah,
auction, and I did him a favor.
I've told you you're gonna get it. I've
Then
told
just
you.
go do it right now. What's the
don't fucking want
problem?
to.
It takes 30 seconds.
Angelo, and I hope you know this. The shit with Posey, you're gonna create a fight with her and Lydia. I hope you know that.
Be alright.
Why you gotta get that fucking painting out of there?
As soon as she finds out you've been, sweet talking Posey, that lock is being changed.
Yeah, it'll be gone before then.
Well, it won't be if you keep standing here and doing absolutely nothing.
At least go give him the fucking gun right now.
Look, that gun is gonna go to auction. It's gonna make us money.
It's gonna make you fucking money.
And
Did
Mr.
you
Barletti's gonna
pay
get
for
a
it
cut.
all?
What?
No, he didn't pay a single dime.
Then what is the problem? It's Adams.
Yeah, I know, and that's why I've told him I'm not gonna just keep it. I'm not
Well,
like
then
that.
what's the problem with just giving it to him?
Because I don't want to get it right now. I just cannot be bothered.
I'm genuinely going to go put myself headfirst into a wall. It's like arguing with a brick wall right now.
Actually, unbelievable.
The fuck are you? No.
Come on, let's go.
Mr. Barletti, I returned his 2 guns immediately. And he won't
Unbelievable.
return one of mine. Actually, don't forget, I gave him a navy as well. I gave him 1 navy as well.
I'm thinking about.
I gave you 1 navy as well, Angelo.
Yours be coming through. Howdy, Aiden.
Well, Mr. Barletti, I'll get him out. Back up.
Well,
I'll
hurry the
get him
fuck up
out.
in there.
I need a fucking bow. Yeah, the water was just changed.
What the
hell is-
fuck?
What the hell
The
is
fuck
going
you
on
do
in
that?
here?
Hold on, come back later, pal.
God damn it, Angelo.
Is everything okay up there?
It's fine.
I don't know if everything's okay. Oh, the bed smell funny or something? Yeah, a little bit. Oh, this is much better.
Where the fuck is he?
He's upstairs in the bath.
Oh.
How's it going, folks?
Gonna barge in there. Hello? Hello?
Why do I recognize that voice?
Sunshine? You go in there.
Oh my god, what are you doing running in? No!
Dude, I wanna go to the. I wanna go to fucking
I
bed,
said
man.
hello. I didn't run in, by the way.
I need to go to bed.
Getting what?
Break.
Oh, okay. Sunshine, how long are you gonna be in there?
Aiden, you got a newspaper on you?
Because I wanna have a bath.
No. No, I don't.
Alright. No worries.
Hurry up.
No, hours.
Hurry up. 5. I'm gonna count down.
Good for you. Fuck
I'm
this.
gonna have a whiskey.
Telegrams?
No, I think I'm headed to bed.
Okay. Sounds good.
If the ladies show back up, just tell them I can have that conversation with them tomorrow.
Yeah, sounds good.
Is that
Alright.
you,
I'll let them
Aiden?
know that you're headed off.
Yeah.
Yes, it is me. Hi.
Hello.
Alright, take it easy, Aiden.
Yeah, you too. See you tomorrow.
Yeah.
Can I please have a glass of whiskey?
I have to send all these telegrams tomorrow. I'm dreading it, dude. I'm fucking dreading it. Oh my god. I'm actually dreading it. Like, I lose all motivation when I think about how long I'm gonna have to sit at the telegram station and fucking copy and paste telegrams. They in there? Somebody's in there. Imagine they both, like, fell off a fucking... Did he run away?
No, I caught up to him.
And then what?
I caught up to him. I tried having a normal conversation with him. Told him, Angelo, I did you a favor, letting you borrow it. And we were right by down the doctors when I caught up to him. The bank was right there. I told him, just get it over with. Says, I have a telegram. I'm going to the telegram station. I told him, I'm not doing this with you. And I walked away because I'm not going to chase him around the city like children. I'm not. But I'll tell you why he's not wanting to do it, because he thinks I let him borrow it. Now it's his, which is irritating me. I'm going to tell him that.
I'm going to bed. Save it for tomorrow. I'll talk to him.
Yeah, I'll save it for tomorrow. But I tell you what, I tried having a conversation.
Yeah,
with
no,
him. He
he's
doesn't
being
listen.
unreasonable. I understand. I'll take care of it. Alright, guys. I'm fucking tired. Way past my bedtime. Find someone to raid. Hey, let's see. Yeah. You know what? We'll go raid Bear. Play Sunshine. I don't think I even follow him. All right, y'all. Go send Bear some love. I appreciate you guys tuning in today. I know it was very meeting heavy. Tomorrow I need to send those telegrams, and then we'll get up to some other shit. So, again, I probably won't be starting stream till late. It's the Mets play, but should be back around same time I started stream today. And hopefully the Mets win, and they'll have won the series if they do. Then we don't have to worry about anything until the weekend. All about the Mets, baby, the Mets. Let's go, Mets. All right, guys. I will see everybody tomorrow. Until then, as always, take it easy. Reanimated. I would still try to look into getting that all figured out in the Discord. I might have somebody who could try to help you, but I'll see everybody tomorrow.